It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Monday. Welcome to Backchannel, the only place where you can listen to, watch, and chat with your host live right here on your Echo device. And you are watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver. Jam, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Happy first Monday to us.
This
Excuse
is our
me.
first Monday.
Monday.
Hello. Hi, just in time, Jessica. It's our first Monday on Get It Up. We haven't done a Monday since we've been in the business, so we'll see how this goes. Anything can happen, folks. Anything can happen.
Absolutely anything.
Can we give a shout out to our Get On Uppers who are here with us?
I'd love
this
nothing
morning.
more. I'd love nothing more.
Look at the East Coast is live and in effect. So if I do it's 10 o'clock for them. Good morning to Doug in Ohio, Angie in Ohio, and Jessica from Ohio. Ohio is representing today.
Ohio.
What's up, Ohio?
Can I tell you that I genuinely love Ohio? I have been to Columbus and I have been to Cleveland. And your potbelly toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich is something that would bring me back time and time again. I love Ohio.
I have a funny, so Ohio, for those of you, if there's anyone in Cleveland, let us know, Doug, Angie, or Jessica. In college, I took a test, I took one of those quizzes. What city are you?
Right.
And I got Cleveland. That's what
Cleveland's cool. Cleveland's very cool.
Yeah. I got not been, but I'm Cleveland.
We got to get you there. So, we simply got to get you there. There, Shaker Heights has fantastic coffee. You got, I think
Heights is also where, did you ever let us know? Get on uppers. I will tell you how to do it if you can. Oh, Rihanna is here as well.
Fantastic.
I don't know if this is superstar Rihanna, but I'm going to assume.
I'm sure it is.
All the time. Please stop it or keep it going. Rihanna's here. Shaker Heights is where did you see that? There's a Hulu series with Reese Witherspoon.
Oh gosh, yes.
Washington. Mm-hmm. What things we lost in the fire? Nope, that can't be it. What was the name of that series?
I love
it took place.
Don't mess with fire.
In Shaker Heights.
It sure did. It sure did.
Let us know if you know what it is.
Ohio, Hulu, TV.
Gary Washington. It was called
Little Fires Everywhere.
Little Fires Everywhere. I knew there was a fire involved.
You got it. You nailed it. Exactly. Don't mess with fire. The famous Hulu show.
Well, for those of you who've not come to our show before, welcome. Good morning. We are going to be here on your device from 7 to 9 in the morning every single weekday. It's our first Monday, but we're doing it. We're here.
And now listen, you guys, we keep begging. We're like, please let us know about Ohio. And we haven't told you how to do it. Here's what you say to your device. The password to get yourself in is to say the word say. So for example, you would say whatever you call your device. Let's say you call it Reese. Reese, say it's Little Fires Everywhere. And we'd be like, yes, that's the name of the show.
Snap.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So my roommate's Alexa device's computer, because he's a big Star Trek fan. I'm renaming it Reese. I want Reese. Say
Witherspoon.
James,
Let me know already.
Shirt. I love it. We already know. Angie, welcome to Get On Up. We're just doing some introductions, letting folks know how they can interact with us, the host. That's why you're here. You don't want to just be a bystander. You want to be involved in the conversation. So you just into your Echo device, you say you say. It's always so weird because it's like you say.
Say.
Say. You'll just say, Jam, Renee, good morning. I love you. I'm not fishing or giving you a line reading of what you should say, but just giving some options.
Just some options. Jam, just floating it out there.
You look at your Echo and you say, yes. Jam and Renee, you're two beauties. Look at those.
Look
beauties.
At you. Look at you. It's your first Monday, and we see the effort. We see the effort, and we thank you.
I'm excited. We're gonna do a full week of shows. It'll be great.
Yes. Look at us. Yes,
we
Jam.
tell the Get On Uppers what they're in store for the next 2 hours. So
I would love
we're gonna kick it off. we're gonna kick it off with a weekend check-in because I've missed you and the Get On Uppers and our producer
Yeah.
Nick. I missed you like crazy. I will
Yeah.
tell you, little sneak peek. As soon as our Friday show ends, 2 hours later, I'm already texting Renee. Hey, what are you doing?
100%. I miss you so
What are
much.
you, what are
What's
you up
that?
to?
What are we doing? What's going on? Do you want to FaceTime real quick? Yeah, no, absolutely. The exact same. I will also say the thing that's difficult is we have a little green room before we hop into this show, and we don't talk about the weekend or the
No,
night before because we want to save it for you guys, and it is
for you.
torture. So I am
It's torture.
over the moon to be here with you guys so I can hear what happened over the weekend.
I want to
Uh,
know. Walk us through our next 2 segments because these are your babies. I feel like
sure.
these are yours. Let them
I
know.
love 'em. Okay, so we're going to check in
Yeah,
over the
don't
weekend.
get it completely.
And nor should you. Well, you have been clear. You have been clear about your affection towards alliteration. That you're just
I
like,
love
I
it.
would
I
love for it to
love
be
it.
alliteration. So, what's great about that is I can deliver, I can give you alliteration, but then it won't quite make sense. It's just
But
like, well,
the fact that I don't have
yes.
alliteration in it, I'm like, sounds great, Renee. Explain it to me live on
Great.
air,
I
and
would
I'll follow
love to
along.
hear nothing more. So, so the first one is Manic Monday, and this normally is called Sunday Scaries. So it is the
Rebranded.
things that are making you nervous this week. They're like, oh God, this week I got to take care of that, and then I got to take care of this, and I'm worried about this. So it's just sort of like an unpacking of like that you're currently feeling, because if you talk about it, it goes away. And then the next one is Monocle Monday, based off a little thing that came up on Friday of I want to know all the cartoon characters that use a monocle, but it's also what can we take a little bit closer look at.
Okay. Because I was like, that's not what I prepared.
Sure, no, certainly not. But I think
all right.
to understand why monocle was in my brain is because we were talking about cartoon characters with monocles. That's it.
Well,
all right, keep going.
The second half of the show, we've got breaking. We have our finger on the pulse of journalists down on the scene. We got some breaking news that will be coming to you just live, and you're not going to want to miss it. Yes.
Tell you, we prepare for these separately, and I always have a little tinge of like, God, what if we pick the same thing? And then I'm like, Renee, you bubblegum rainbow unicorn gal, you know you're not going to pick the same thing as James.
Yours are like, look at these robots who are saving kittens from trees, and I'm like, the world's going to end.
So yeah, I wonder if maybe we can even find the gamut of like bubblegum and terror breaking news.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
we'll figure it out.
yeah.
Okay.
No, we got it. And then we're closing it out. Oh wait, I'm sorry. There's a segment that I just have to giggle at. We're bringing you celebrity birthdays because you want to know when their birthdays are.
You want to know.
Yeah. And we not only are doing celebrity birthdays, but it's a celebrity birthdays quiz. So about the celebrities that we're going to read off, I've got some difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. Difficult trivia questions about them. So you're going to learn something about them.
Yeah.
I will need to see Renee's hands in the air during the entire segment because
a
girl loves to Google the questions that I ask.
I love to cheat. I love to cheat. And I love to stand by that I'm not Googling until you adamantly call me out on it.
You just see these arms doing this. She's got that angry face, and you hear the clickety clack 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 clack.
Renee, what are you doing? Nothing. I don't know why. I've been making this face the entire show.
No, you weren't. That you just started that when you started touching your keyboard. And then we're gonna leave you with. We love to leave you with some goodness. So we've got our Monday's mantras, the thing that is going to help us get through the week. What's your mantra? If you don't have one, don't worry. We've got one for you.
I sure do.
We
sure do. So I love it. I love absolutely every last bit of it. So James, we're going to talk about the weekend. What we get into, Get On Uppers. I want to hear from you too. Again, the way that you do that is you say, I went on a lovely walk. I went on a lovely walk, or whatever you ended up doing.
Oh, I thought this was you already. I was like, okay, tell me about this walk.
No, I was giving an example. No, so mine was, and this will go, it'll go into Manic Monday. I went to not one, but two friends' brand new houses that they have bought. Okay. James, we're doing that? Is that what we're doing? I was not informed. Nobody told me we were doing that.
It's okay. Listen, don't worry. I've got a mantra for you towards the end of the show. So don't you fret.
I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it.
Were they beautiful houses? They were cute.
Yes. Oh my God, they're so nice. They're so nice. Truly inspiring. There is a question around how do I how do I? But
Yeah,
very
you
inspiring.
there?
Very
Yeah,
inspiring.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and then just took Tugboat to the park, of course. Of course. Always at the
Mm.
park with Tugboat. How was your weekend, my sweet, sweet buddy?
It was I had a great weekend. It was tell you, I was ready for it to be I was ready for it to be over. I was ready to come
Uh-huh.
back to, like, the routine of things, the stability
Yes.
of things. I love it.
Mhm.
Um, if you remember on Friday, one of the things I was dreading is that I had booked and again, this sounds silly. I had booked a friend's shoot, and
Right.
he wanted me to film this thing. It was a paid gig. But it was just like on my Saturday and
Yeah. None
I
of that sounds
having
silly.
yeah, but it was actually like it's one of those things that like it was not as bad as I made it
Mhm.
in my mind, right? So if I
That's good.
unpack it, actually I had no regrets. Glad that I
Yeah.
did it. I welcome Tim. I saw Tim just snuck on here.
Hi,
Good morning,
Tim.
Tim. We hope you had a
Always right,
great
Tim. That's
weekend.
what we call
Yeah,
him.
almost right, Tim.
Always
We're
right,
just
Tim.
we're reviewing our weekends here. We'd love to know from the Get On Uppers how your weekend was as well. Remember, Renee explained you just go into your Echo device, say, I made pancakes. Good morning, Tim. Tim's already on the ball. Our first comment of the day. Pew, 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 pew,
I love it.
pew, pew, pew,
Pew,
pew,
pew, pew,
pew. Tip of
pew.
the
Pew,
hat.
pew, pew, pew.
You
Thank you
are
so
fantastic.
much. I love it.
So the
Yes.
shoot
Okay.
was
So
not as bad as
you're
I had
dreading it,
made
right?
it out in my head, and I get there. And also, I think my perfectionism. Remember, I'm recovering perfectionist. It was
Right.
coming up. I'm tell you, the night before, I hadn't looked at the script at all, really. And the night before, like my neighbors are like, he's a father of two, but likes to DJ on the weekends, and so it just was a lot of things happening. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting the lines into my head. But it's my
Right.
perfectionism because the director already said, "Oh, don't worry, we can use a teleprompter." Because I was being a newscaster, so
Sure.
but I was like, "No, I have to have these lines down so I can play and
You,
like,
you,
boy,
you,
so
you
collective effect. Say the
are
word."
professional
And then
till
I
the bitter end.
well, and then what was nice, it was up in Marin, so I'm in
Right.
San Francisco. I got a Zip car, drove up, and it was very nice to get out of the city. It's a beautiful drive, driving up
Mm.
further across the
Mhm.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Mm,
It's actually
mm,
further
mm.
past Marin, but I got to just blast in Little Mix, singing like I was in the recording studio. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Great.
And
I
then
love that. Mhm.
one of the best this is one of the best so I get there,
Yeah.
and he kept saying his mantra through the shoot was, as we're, like, working through the lines or I'm practicing, he's like, "Nah, nobody will care. Nobody will care." So it's like you flub a line or, like, that doesn't make he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, nobody will care. Alright, and action." It's like, this is
No,
the
that's my kind of
best.
director. I love
Right,
this.
yeah, yeah,
I
nobody will care.
love this. Nobody,
And it's just
that's
sort of
fine.
like, yeah, you're right. Nobody really will care
Yeah.
actually. Like people are just taking in the film and the
Yeah.
information and
Yeah. So long as you get the gist. So long as you get the
yeah.
now, was the director also the writer?
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. Now that is a
Director,
gift
writer.
because I think
It's just like,
sometimes they get a little precious. They get a
oh,
like the
sure.
words are meant to
Not
be
this guy.
spoken the way that I intended. But that's
Nope,
wonderful.
not this
Jim, I'm
guy.
so happy to hear. I do think that that is a pretty consistent thing. If the more you dread it, the better it is. It
Yeah,
just makes
well,
things easier. Yeah.
and I will tell I was stress crying the night before. I was like, "I can't do this," and was like, "I have
Yeah.
to quit," and it's one of the things I'm glad I didn't. I mean, I made some money and it was great.
Yeah. All right.
I
I'm proud
then
of
I
you.
went to
Good
a
job.
friend's show that night. That was
Yeah.
great.
Good.
And then I went shopping. This shirt that you see here
Yes.
stripped off a mannequin. Have you ever stripped clothes off of a mannequin because it was the
For
last one in your size?
can I tell you what I've done numerous times? So without asking for assistance, no help,
Oh,
no help. I'm
I
just
didn't
like
ask anybody. It's just
take
like,
matters into my own hands. I will start to assist the mannequin in giving me what I need, and then someone in the store will be like, "There's 8 of them right there on the rack." I didn't see 'em. I
I
didn't see 'em.
I checked.
I believe
This
you.
is the
Yeah.
last medium. I checked, and then I looked, I fished, I'm, like, climbing on this thing to, like, look
Yeah.
at the tag, and then I'm like, "This is the last
It's
one,"
a
and it
size.
is,
Yeah.
you know, I'm in Macy's and people are walking by, and I'm just undressing this mannequin and taking the skirt off, and then
Oh, I need the security
and then
footage. Yes.
I and then I just picture someone's gonna be like, sir, sir." Um, and then I was like, "Well, let me," my mom always says, "Put things back the way that you found them." So
Sure.
I went to
Right.
get another shirt to put on the mannequin, but then I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be hard because it's a long sleeve shirt," and so I just kind of draped it over the
You
mannequin with
gave
a
the
cape.
mannequin another outfit?
Well, I
Jim, Because you didn't
I
want it to
didn't
be
fully put
cold
it
that
on.
night.
I didn't fully put it on.
Just,
I draped it over him like a
just
cape.
like a theater frock.
Because he's not. The mannequins aren't real humans. You can't.
They don't
It's a
help with
lot
their
of work
arms.
to
Yeah.
get that. They don't
Yeah.
put it up. So I just
That's
and then I laughed.
still incredibly thought. I don't know anybody who, after taking the clothes off the mannequin, is just like, listen, I'm gonna get you something else. Don't you worry. I'm gonna get you something else. Don't worry. It's very, very sweet.
It looks disheveled, like he's coming home from a wild, wild night because it's just the shirt's draped over him, open, just like
I love
standing
it.
there with his pants.
Well,
Yeah,
it
that
looks.
was,
I didn't get to see the mannequin, granted, but it looks better on you, and I'm glad that you got it. And congratulations.
thank you,
You're very
thank
welcome.
you.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great, great. I love it. Oh, Jam.
Well,
Okay.
it's time
Yeah.
for Manic Monday. Renee, take us there. What
Sure is.
happened?
I would
What
love nothing
was
more. So again, Manic Monday also conflated with Sunday Scaries. What happened either over the weekend that you're still recovering from, or what is happening this upcoming week that you're just like, come on. So for me, in my Manic Monday, I would love to share that I went to numerous friends' houses too. That they had just bought houses, and I am in a flat spin spiral of nobody told me we were saving for this. Nobody told me we were buying houses. What are we doing?
You're like our
Nobody mentioned
generation.
this to me.
We had the recession. We were told we could never get houses. Like
No, exactly. Are we still ordering food every night because we're supporting the thing? I thought that's where we were putting our money. So it just, I'm so happy for them, but it also feels like I just got my act together with a job. Like and now I'm also made to also get a house, and they're all coupled. So every person who got a house has a partner.
No, that
So I think it
is
also feels like
I got a partner.
unreachable without
I
a
got
buddy.
a house.
Yeah.
Is someone
Yeah.
pregnant?
They're gonna be moments
Yeah.
away.
I mean,
Moments
you got
away.
a house. Here comes
Yeah.
baby.
You gotta get to
Baby
babe.
makes
You got to get a little
baby
babe.
makes
Uh,
baby.
so I'm just feeling. I wonder, has that ever? Probably not. I think you were always the leader of the pack, Jam, when it's you. But has that ever happened to you where just your entire friend group has just leveled up, and you're like, wait, hold on, I didn't know we were doing that.
Yeah,
Probably
I
not.
mean,
I
I've
think you're
been
probably the leader. I would imagine.
no. I mean, because I've been doing artsy fartsy things for like the longest time, and I have like a lot of
Okay.
friends who are in tech, and just have
Oh, I
like
see.
very solid. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Like my close group of like best friends, they all are in tech. They all make incredibly great money. I mean, I work in tech, but tech adjacent. Like I'm
Sure.
like HR of tech, right? And doing diversity, equity, inclusion, making sure you're not racist and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my friends are actually like, doing the tech, and so making like all the money. They're
Sure.
engaged, they're married, have houses, or just making money moves. And I similarly and like feel like I'm just getting my financial act together.
Right. Yep.
But I use my mantra, which I will share later on in the
At the end of the
show.
show. Okay, so
In the
I will
show.
stay in a flat spin spiral
Yep.
until the end of the show,
Yep.
in which you can comfort me.
Man,
So
we
that
gotta
is
do it
my
for the story. We got to do it for the ratings. Like if you're not running around on Manic
right.
Monday being manic, then that's not
Then
interesting.
what are you even
Tim
doing?
wants
Then
to
what are
see
you
you
even
losing
doing?
your mind.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. Let us know
Yes.
if you want to see Renee just say yes. You
Mhm.
can just go into your
Mhm.
device and go say yes. If you want Renee just spiraling out of this entire show,
Spiraling
let
out,
us
just
know.
spiraling out. And then the other one is a literal, hey, can you help me with this? So I got a new router so that this show works better, but now my printer refuses to recognize it, and I can't get anything to print, Jam. So that's what I'm dealing with.
Oh, right. Now I do remember. So as you all know, like I go through with Renee withdrawals. And like so Friday evening, I
You're acting like
texted
that's
Renee.
one way. It's both ways. We're in a very codependent relationship.
We really are. I didn't want to use the C word, but we already knew it.
That's where we are. Okay.
And this one was like, man, Renee and I are two codependents, incredibly now codependent on each other. This is great. Finally.
We did
Finally.
it.
Yay.
Great. Very proud of us.
Because usually the reverse is like you're the codependent person and the other person is just very well adjusted and you're just like,
Yep. No.
and they're
No.
like, nah.
I'm happy to
Two
have it. Happy to be here.
codependents hanging out together.
Codependents. Yep.
Oh,
How do I fix my printer?
Wait, no, but I just love the printer gate 2022. Because when I texted you, I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was
Right.
like, "My printer, like having a fight with my printer." Because can I share this?
Please.
She was updating her vision wall. Isn't that cute? Like I
It's
love it. Friday
made me
night.
pretty
Uh,
sad, but I was updating
no.
I was updating it because it didn't have a house on it, and I guess now we're all getting houses, so we had to put a house on there.
Fair, fair. Oh,
Thank
so it was maybe that you came home frustrated. You're like, I've got, and then your printer's not working, so it's almost like your vision can't happen. That's a
It
lot.
can't happen. It's a lot. It
I
was
see
a
why the
lot. Yeah.
manicness is happening.
Okay, thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
how to fix your printer. Maybe one of my tech
I'll
friends can figure it
Yeah, all
out.
right. I would appreciate so much. I'll just get a hold of a YouTube tutorial. I just have to have the patience to get to it. You know how because YouTube will fix anything for you. The answers are
Mhm.
on YouTube or TikTok,
Yep,
inevitably.
yep,
One of the two will
yep.
have the answers for you. I don't have the patience for 5 minutes. I'm like, "Pa, pa, 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 let's
Oh,
get you,"
yeah,
and then I
get
fast forward, but
to
then I miss
that
the
part.
important part. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, so then it's just a spirally loop. Oh
Yeah,
man.
you get
So
it. All right, my sweet, 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 sweet buddy. We all want to hear how your weekend was, / what is your manic Monday?
I feel like you're setting me up here. So I don't really get the Sunday scaries anymore because I have this show. The Sunday scaries are like, "Ugh, I'm dreading the week and going to work." I love doing this show that like the Sunday scaries are now like completely, but behind me. But I lived a real life Sunday scary, and this
Let's
is a
hear
PSA. For those of you who live in places where marijuana is legal, like we do in
Mhm,
California,
mhm.
PSA, tequila and weed gummies, they don't mix. They
They don't
don't
mix.
mix. Don't
They
do
don't
it. I found out the
mix.
hard way. I mean,
Now,
sometimes
have you
I've done like a weed and wine before, and like the alcohol
okay,
in wine, it's like 8%, right? But
right.
tequila, because
Ugh.
after I went to my friend's show, living my best
Right.
life, what could
Yeah,
go wrong?
yeah. No, I get it. Well, and I do wanna unpack because I wanna make sure that it is the combo to blame, not the individual to blame. Have you successfully had tequila by itself, and have you successfully had weed gummies by themselves?
Absolutely,
Okay,
100%. I sure
okay. So
have.
it's the
Yes.
mix, it's the
No,
combo.
I
The
have. It
combo's
was
to
the mix.
blame.
And
Okay,
now I'm like,
alright.
"Oh, that's why I was wilding back in college because I would just completely mix these 2 that should
Of
not be
course.
together."
Absolutely. Now what does
Yeah.
that look like? What does "it didn't go well" look like?
Well, I was doing fine. At one
Yeah.
point, I'd eaten an entire can of Pringles, an entire pint of ice cream of,
Mhm.
like,
Uh-huh.
half-baked,
Yep.
passed out, but then
Yeah.
woke up and just in
Sure.
sheer panic.
Sure.
It was not
I'm
great.
so
Yeah,
sorry.
it was
Yeah.
pretty much like all of my worst fears
Yeah.
just
Yep.
running around.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
Yep.
was
Yep.
not great, but survived. I feel like I
Right.
survived my real life Sunday scaries, but it was like all of my worst anxieties all at once, and to the point where
Sure.
it's like, "Oh, I need some water." The water's poison. "Oh, I should go outside." You'll get murdered. It was like,
That is
"Call this person.
such
They're a demon."
a
Like, it was just
good weed tequila voice. You need to add that to your
yeah.
resume. Can also
Yeah,
do the
no,
voice
no,
of weed and
no.
tequila mixing.
Yeah, yeah, but I won't. It's too triggering. It's too triggering,
Okay.
and I also realized too, I think I had a lot of triggering things happening
Yeah.
recently, and so it just
Yeah.
was all of I didn't it was sort of like I got to see what are all the things that I'm afraid of, and there's a
Right.
lot of fear running through my body, and so
Right.
I was like, "Okay," it was like a magnifying glass, like, "These are the things that you're
Oof.
terrified of right now.
Sure.
Live in them at the
Yeah.
same time."
Yeah.
It was a little like I just saw we were talking about Scream recently, at that night,
Right.
I was talking about Scream, and then I was like, "Oh, I just need to go to sleep," and I was like, "Scream, Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street. I can't fall asleep. I'll be murdered." It's sort of how can anything and everything kill me? That's what it was. Yeah.
Of course. Well, and I think you are it is a blessing and a curse, so good at being the leader and the constant and the one who has it together and the one who gives advice that I don't think when you have a bunch of anxiety coming your way, you let that out. So it would make sense that weed is just like,
Yeah,
"No, no, I'm gonna force you to deal with this." But I
well, it
hate
was
that,
like
and I'm
it was
sorry.
weed it wasn't just weed, it was the weed and tequila,
I do keep blaming the weed
tango dancing
specifically.
sloppily. Like, one's tango dancing and one is doing, like, ballroom like hip hop, and they
Uh-huh.
just were like, and like, "Oh,
Yeah,
what's going on? Leave me
yeah,
alone." Um, yeah, so,
right,
yeah, I learning lesson. I
okay.
felt the next day so incredibly grateful that was not the real reality that was in my head. So I'm
Right.
incredibly
Yeah.
grateful. I feel like I had survived, like I survived the journey. Like it just was like this epic, spiritual, soulful journey, and to
Ugh,
make it out the other end, you're like, I did
I did it.
it.
I
I
did
slept
it.
like a baby last night. It
There
was
you
great. So
go.
never
Good.
again, do not mix hard
Okay.
alcohol with the weed gummies. It's not gonna
Okay.
end well for everybody.
We've learned. We've learned. I want to assure you that you are not alone in this. And the reason that I keep like projecting onto you it was just the weed is I got a hold of weed gummies. And I do think there's various like some are calming and some are, hey, let's take a journey.
Look at the box. Look at the box.
Right. You gotta read that box. But I consistently turn into the world's meanest person. I have a story which I'll probably share at least once a month on this because I'll forget that I've told it. But I was at a
But I
Christmas party.
don't I
Yeah.
can barely believe this because you were the world's my
No,
little angel. You're
no,
so sweet and
no,
nice
no,
and
no.
almost to the point where like I would like to bear witness to this to see what mean Renee is. I
To see
just
what it
can't
looks like.
picture it.
It's not.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about me being a Virgo, but there's not a lot of obvious Virgos. But you put weed in me, and oh god! So we were at a Christmas party, and there was for some reason there was a cookie making station from like
Oh.
dough to frosting to dough to baking to frosting. So it was
Uh-huh.
like it was a whole thing. So I got a hold of the weed gummies, and I went over to the weeds, and I just got like rage the likes of which you've never seen that the girls there were not rolling out the dough consistently and like they're gonna have burnt edges. What are they do? They're gonna have burnt edges. And so so I like left there because I was like I can't deal with that. And there was another girl singing. She was singing and then out of my mouth I was just like it's flat. It's a little flat. I don't know if it's flat or not. Escorted back to the cookie making station wherein announced to the Christmas party that she wasn't on key. And then I went back to the Christmas making station, the cookie making station, and eventually like kicked everyone out and just like manically made perfect Christmas cookies all night long because I'm the only one who can do it right. And it was a thing. So I have not had edible weed since.
You're like, and we're done.
Yeah.
Was it this year's Christmas party?
Yeah, no. This was years ago. This is in my 20s.
Okay. All right. Fair. You're like, okay, and we don't do that anymore. Had you had any? Now I want to see if we get to the bottom of this. Has you had any
Yes.
tequila that night? Any hard booze?
Right. No, I certainly. I'm sure I had some sort of weird
They
20-year-old
don't
like
collaborate
orange
well. That's
juice
the
and
lesson.
champagne
Pickle
and
Lane.
tequila. Yeah.
Yeah, pickling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love that so much. All right, got a little it's flat. Oh man. Man, you and I, not fun. I'm in the hallway pacing and
Right.
you're yelling at everybody about the
I'm
holiday
just
cookies.
screaming
We're like,
at
why don't you two just mellow out?
Look at
What's
that.
going
Could you guys
on?
just chill? Could you just chill a little bit? That's the whole point of this. Okay. Well, do you want to make that our 2022 goal? But you said that you can do gummies. You just can't mix tequila and gummies. That's the
Yes,
solution.
but it's also to the credit, there's a strain when I went to the apothecarium, I said,
Right.
here's what I want to feel. And I want to
Right.
feel giggly and fun. I
Yes.
just want to feel up, 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 up,
Right.
up,
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 up.
up.
Yeah.
And there is one that absolutely does do that, and I get giggly and it's fun. This one
Yeah.
called Uplift, ironically enough, anytime I've done like two, it's
Right.
been not great. So, you
Okay.
know, yeah.
Okay.
Learning,
All right.
learning.
Well, we survived. We
Listeners,
survived. Yes.
wait, we did, and that's the thing. Get on uppers. Curious, what are going to the original premise of the Manic Mondays? Is there anything that's got you feeling manic about this week? Maybe you had the Sunday scaries last night. You were like, oh, gonna go into work and da. And then, Renee, do you have any remedies for how do you cope with your Sunday scaries or your manic Mondays? I know for myself, and Doug and Rihanna, let us know. Tim, we lost him. I miss him
Yeah,
already.
Tim will be back. Tim will be back.
Yeah,
Doug and Rihanna, we love you so much.
look, and
Tim's
he's back.
there he is.
Tim, we
We got
noticed
him.
the minute
We got him.
it's a lot. Too codependent. Tim's gone. But okay, so Helen Bottom Carter's recipe for solving the Sunday scaries with her kid is they watch the Harry Potter movies at night.
Oh, that's very sweet.
She's also
That's
in
great.
them. She's in them.
Yeah, that's very, very sweet. I love that. That's
It's strange. I beat
Do-do-do-do.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Could I do
Uh,
voiceover work for
you could,
Beatrix
absolutely
character?
could. You can do Helena Bottom Connor and didn't say one of those words right. Not one. I
I'm
got
drunk
that.
right now. Everybody knows. How That's like
Okay.
me with
Yeah.
Ron Howard's daughter. I can't say her name for the life of me.
Bryce Howard?
It gets
Can't do it.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, Dallas.
Terrence
I forgot
Howard.
that the Dallas is there. Okay, yeah.
Bryce Howard. Bryce Howard. That's easy. It's the talent. Bryce Dallas Terrence Howard.
That's
Great.
I love it. I love it very much. There was
I get to the Bryce, and then I know the Howard is coming, and then I
yeah.
just think Terrence Howard, and then it
Yeah.
just goes all downhill. Yeah.
I had some, as you know, I worked at theme parks. Spider-Man was played by a man named Dallas. His name was Dallas, but I
Oh.
had forgotten his name was Dallas and remembered it was a city in Texas. And I called that sweet, sweet Spider-Man Waco the entire summer. And he responded thinking it was a
I
nickname.
almost fell out of my chair. Oh my god! And it sounds almost like a slur, you
Right?
know, because
Yeah.
especially because his name is Dallas. And you're like, yeah, Waco.
Hey, Waco. Just, I'm a mess,
Were
James.
you
I want to
on?
make sure
Were
that
you
I
on
can.
a weed? Were you on a
I was
weed
not.
gummy? Is that
No, I was on. I don't know what I was on. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love that. Okay, so you an option for Sunday Scaries is to watch a movie you're in.
Okay, wait, no. No, that'd be not literal. You don't have to watch a movie that you're in. To beat the city scares, you can watch something that brings you joy, is what it is. So, like, I will
I love
watch The Simpsons at night
that.
to help like calm me down.
Mhm.
What do you have anything?
No, I'll do the exact same thing because it gets too overwhelming. So I think there's like, and I practice this on Monday of like various things you can do to like calm yourself down. Thoughts are just thoughts. But on Sunday, I just need to numb out. So I'll watch whatever HBO show is coming my way. So right now it's
Ooh.
The Righteous Gemstones and Somebody Somewhere. They're great. It's fine.
Oh, it's on my list. Those righteous gemstones. It's
It's
definitely
fine.
there.
It's fine.
Okay. You're like, yeah. All right. Little check-in with the crew. So I I on my back channel dashboard, just how the sausage was made.
Yes.
Mine little offline button is grayed out. Is it supposed to be? I forgot how to do the show.
I think yeah, I think you want it to be red. Does that seem right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Is yours
So put it
red?
on end red. It is red. It's
Okay.
red.
All right. Well, now mine is red now. But is only one person allowed to be red at a time? I don't know. We're just
Right.
live. This is what
Oh,
you don't
you
get
know
on today's
what's so
show.
funny? When you
Uh-huh.
went red wait, hold on. Did you? Because now I'm
Okay.
gray again?
Only one person needs to
Only
be
one
red.
person. Okay, you know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna let you be red.
No,
You're
no,
in
no.
charge
You do
the rest
it.
of the time. Oh, no, I just
No.
closed it out.
No. Uh-oh.
Cool.
Now no one's online. Okay, we're back.
Just a
We're
second.
back.
Just a second. You're back? You're
I'm
red?
doing it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Red. All right. Love it. Okay. Listen, you don't get this on the Today Show.
I sure
Hoda
don't.
is
You
not
sure
going to
don't.
be like, my teleprompter. Is it working? My glass of wine. Is it supposed to have more wine
Kathy
in
Lee
it?
would've. Kathy Lee
Is
would've.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
My Hoda, pitch perfect. I've
We love
met
her. We love
Hoda,
her
and
so
I was
much.
on the Today Show once accidentally. It has
You
one.
don't get to brush over that. You will tell us the entire story. I
All
love
right,
Hoda,
coming
so
up
I need to
next,
hear
it's
about that.
Monocle Monday.
No, no, no. How are you accidentally on the Today Show? Let's hear it just
I
real
had
quick.
just moved to New York. Doug, you're gonna love this story. Our one soul get on upper. We're appreciating. Yeah,
And we're happy to
only
have you.
You're
And we're
getting
happy
the
to have
story.
you. Yeah.
I was walking in New York. I just moved, and I was working for a curmudgeon of an old man. This like rich man on the Upper West Side was like, I need a job, and so working for him, I was out running an errand, and it like, had just snowed, and there was like a camera crew and two seemingly like white ladies, or like yeah. And I'm like, Housewives of New York or something.
Yep.
That's what I had just assumed. And then the camera crew races over to me. And it's Hoda and Jenna Bush Jenna
Come on.
Bush. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I
Okay.
just kept saying to myself, don't talk about her father. Don't talk about her father. But yes, it was Hoda and Jenna Bush. They come rushing over and they were like, I forget even what they had asked me. There's something about like, how do you love New York with the snow? And I'm like, I just moved here. They're like, oh my gosh, you're here. Welcome. And I'm like, good morning, America. Like I literally just moved. I've been there for maybe a week and I'm already on like national television. People on face like my
Did you
Facebook
say
wall
Good
was like,
Morning America on the Today
I,
Show?
oh, maybe that's why I wasn't asked back. Ugh. And they
Disagree.
gave
Disagree. No, you
they
handled
gave
it
me
perfectly.
and they gave me a Metro card. They were out handing out around like
Oh,
$20 Metro cards, and they gave me one. And
that's
they
so
were like,
sweet.
"Welcome." They're like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "This is the greatest city on earth." I mean, I've been there for like 1 week.
That's very
Yeah.
sweet. I love that. I love that so much. I also saw Hoda at that point, Kathy Lee live at Universal Studios Hollywood, and she was great.
Ooh,
She was so
cool.
kind and so nice. And in between commercials, she was love it. She's just great. She's great. We love Hoda.
Hoda?
Is the name now.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
that's why Hoda's still there. We love
I'm
her.
sure.
We
Love her.
love doing a
Uh,
Hoda impression as well. What do you love about New York? Was that
we,
no?
we
Oh
might need to work on
wow.
that a little bit. It's pretty
Okay.
close.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
Let me
Yeah.
know, Susan. Well, oh, she's gone. I was gonna welcome her.
It's Monday.
Didn't
Everybody's
get her
rushing
fast
to
enough.
work. It's
Didn't get her
hard.
fast enough.
It's
Too much.
hard.
It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. But you know what's not too much? This next
What?
segment called
Oh.
Monocle Monday, wherein we are taking a
Ooh.
deeper dive into the things that we are working on this week. And the reason this monocle is because I also would love to know if there's anyone in the back channel, what other characters beyond Mr. Peanut wear a monocle? Does Scrooge McDuck have
Mm.
one? I don't know. I don't know. I want to know. I'm on the search. I'm
I'm
on the
not gonna
search to find
Google.
every.
I'm not gonna Google.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure he wears glasses.
Okay. Okay. That,
I feel like too monocles are usually reserved for evil people. You know, 'cause there's
but
like they've
Mr.
got
Peanut's
one
not
eye,
evil. Oh, I guess he is
isn't
to
he?
you though.
Oh, he's my arch nemesis, Mr.
Yeah.
Peanut is. Like, so
Okay.
maybe that's why I also associate monocles with evil people. For those of you who don't know, I'm allergic to peanuts. I'm allergic to peanuts, and so Mr. Monocle, not Mr. Monocle, Mr. Peanut, I feel like he's gunning for me with his
maybe,
one little
maybe,
glass. Yeah, and he's like, "Oh,
maybe.
James."
It's quite possible. So what I would like to do, and James, you're more than welcome to be like, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. But I would like to dive in and teach you some things that the internet has taught me regarding. I just got a new job, but I don't leave my current job for 3 weeks. So the
Mm.
senioritis is strong.
Oh
I
gosh, I
don't
can
want to finish
imagine.
any of this. I don't want to do
Yeah.
any of this. But I also was figuring, so what I'd like to do is I have Googled how to cope with senioritis. And in case
Ooh.
any of the listeners are just like, you know what, I'm also a senior this year and I'm also going through that. And I also don't know how to push through. Maybe we can all work together on how do you acknowledge, oh, I'm not going to be here much longer. It doesn't matter. And but you got to do your best. You still got to do your best.
Mhm.
Did
Mhm.
you suffer from senioritis when you were a senior both times in high school and college?
Not really. I usually experience senior like for whatever reason I made my senior year very difficult. I took physics, which I did not
Uh-huh.
need to, but I was like, I want to go to Great America, which is an amusement park, and that
Mhm.
you get to, all the seniors get to go. It's physics day, and did not need to take physics to go to college for
Yep.
any reason. But I
Yep.
was like, I want to go to Great America, and it was so senior year. I want to be slacking off, Renee. I want
I
to,
know.
but I'm in
I know.
physics and I'm taking
Yep.
AP classes. I'm just not able to, right?
Yep.
Class president, just all these things.
Uh-huh.
I'm just not able to.
Uh-huh.
Um, my friend Rebecca and I were struggling to just even get a B- in physics. It's just not our jam. It's not our
Yeah.
jam.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
we made it past the first semester. We're like, okay, just get to physics day. This is why we're here. It was the last opportunity to drop out of the class had passed already. And then the
Right.
next day, our physics teacher says, oh, by the way, I forgot to fill out the paperwork, so we're not doing physics day this year. And we're now trapped in the physics class. Just trapped.
Oh, no.
Just trapped.
No.
Yep,
Absolutely
absolutely.
not.
Well,
Absolutely not.
first,
No.
before I
That's
finish
a
the
refund
story,
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, and so but we make it, get like a B in physics, and then get to college. I'm like, glad I never have to do that again. And then I'm signing up for classes, and there was a class called astronomy. I'm like, I love the moon, I love the stars, I love
Yes.
the planets. Sounds fun. No, astronomy is just more physics. You're calculating through physics
I don't
how
think I knew
far it
that.
is, how do you get there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I've
think I knew
taken
that.
my
Yeah.
fair share of physics. Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
But how do
Okay.
you
Well,
get
I'm
there?
sorry about all your physics. I'm sorry.
So anyways, I never had
Exactly.
senioritis in school, but I have had it at jobs or work-related things. I definitely have had it. When you
Right.
see you're counting down that clock, you're, getting out of
Just
here.
the end is nigh. You know what's so funny is that same in high school. I joined everything. It was that was the like, oh no, I will be leaving a mark.
Yes.
Very
Your
very
high
unwell.
school legacy, like, who
Yeah,
cares? But you get obsessed about it. They
yeah, yeah.
want you
Who
at
cares?
best, someone will talk about you for the next 2 years. After that, no
Right.
one's gonna remember.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. When I think it is a gunning for, oh, I'm going to make a new name for myself in college, and so I have to prove to myself now that I can do that. So you start to
Mm,
like test
mhm.
out your college personality in high school. At least that's what I did.
Yep,
So, anyways,
yep.
here's it's 7 tips for
Did you
seniors.
wear different wigs? Were you like, "Ooh, maybe I'll
Maybe
be a
this. Maybe I'm
blonde.
this person. Maybe
I
I'm
wear
this
pink
person.
hair. I have
Yeah.
pink."
Yeah. No, yeah, I decided that I wanted to be the funny one. And I tell you what,
How did you go about Jojo, welcome to already gone. I gotta get him
that's
faster. I gotta
okay.
get
No,
him
that's
faster.
okay. No, no, no. That's I will, and I will also say
Jojo,
this. But
I feel like a canvasser. Oh, excuse me, do
mm,
you have some time to hear about
mm,
the news?
no, I think you've done it right though, because I think we can all come up with a scenario with which you want to sort of come in incognito. I do that in stores all the time. If I don't want somebody to come up to me and be like, "Hey, can I help you?" I just want to look around first. So let them look around. Let them look around. We don't see you. Let them look around, and then
I know that's what I had done. Well, I'm
yeah,
I'm not taking your advice on this one. I'm going full speed ahead.
I think you should.
Jay, welcome to Back Channel. Look, Jay from Vermont just joined us. You're on Back Channel with watching Get On Up with JAM and Renee. And Renee is going to tell us if you're experiencing senioritis, how to cope. If you've
Here's what
got
you
like some sort
do.
of project that you're working on, maybe you're wrapping up a job or a
Yes.
relationship or just something that needs to come to an end, and you're like, "How do I get out of here? I'm ready
What
to
do I
go."
do? What do I do? So step one is you set a goal to keep you motivated. So for me, I work on one show in particular where I want my name on it. I want to be able to do the storytelling of it. So I want to and it's coming into a second season. So I just want to make sure I do a good job on the one. So set a goal that it is your legacy, your thing, your whatever that is important to you. This one I love. This is my favorite one.
Ooh,
Reward yourself. Create some
okay.
rewards. Do a little reward, which I will be doing. Because there's a lot of like administrative that I'm gonna have to do. So
Sure.
I'll be like, hey, yes. Oh, what do you have, James? What do you got?
Well, Renee, we have to stop the presses here because we got another James here in the house.
Hey.
Hello, James. Welcome to the show. This is Get On Up with Jim and Renee is giving us Renee's experience in senioritis. She's going to a new job. She's giving us a list of things that will help you to get
You
out of
gotta
that.
do.
So,
You gotta do.
and
And we won't keep it too much longer. We'll get out of you here real soon in just a little bit. I promise you that. But I also want to make sure that we know that you have to have an organized schedule. James, you
Mm,
just gotta have an organized schedule. You
yeah,
gotta be like,
yeah,
I'm gonna do
yeah.
this here, I'm gonna do that there. Because if you wait to the bitter end, you're gonna create anxiety. It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be a tricky, tricky time. Now, James, how are you feeling about this? I'm gauging your
I love
boredom. I
it.
feel like on a
Please
scale of 1 to 10, we're on like 8.
We're on my boredom. I'm interested on an 8. My interest is on an 8.
Great,
Are you
great.
kidding me? I get hit with this stuff all the time. Yes, no. Please continue going.
I
I
would
love
love
it.
to. I would love nothing more. I would love nothing more. I also want to call out the fact that I am an absolute child. I'm like, watch me. Watch me. Are you watching me? Watch me. Are you watching me? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The fourth thing is that you want to surround yourself with support. So I think for me, the notion of surrounding yourself with current coworkers is going to be a little tricky because they're going to be a
Mhm.
little well, you're getting out and we're not. So I think you got to surround yourself with friends who already
Oh,
have a new job, who are
yep.
who are somewhere else, and just be like, oh God, yeah, I remember my last 3 weeks too, and it was a little tricky and it was a little hard, but just keep on pushing through. You gotta be
But
fine. You're gonna be
to be
fine.
fair, those
Yeah,
those those coworkers are. I mean, I know when someone's leaving at my job, I'm just
yeah,
like, okay, bye. Like, I'm all right. Go. I still have to be
yeah,
here. Oh, I
yep.
have to come to your virtual going away party and cut your cake
No,
virtually,
thank
sign
you.
your card. Boy,
Absolutely
bye.
not. No, 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 no. Actually, could I get advice on this? So I have to announce it today in a meeting, and nobody's going to hear it. Nobody's going to want to care. What is the fastest way you can say, I'm leaving soon, and then
Yeah, you
log
just
off the
say
camera?
it, rip off the
Okay.
Band-Aid. Be like, "Hey,
Okay.
everybody, I don't think we need any long-winded speeches."
Yeah.
But you also wanna come with a pace of caring, I guess, and heart. You
Yeah.
don't wanna be like, "Hey, I'm leaving in 2 weeks." You just,
Yeah.
say the traditional stuff. "I have a new opportunity that's opened up. I've really enjoyed my time here. I've learned and grown so much, and, thank you, but and then 2 weeks, I'll be heading
Perfect.
out, and, be setting up for success, passing the baton to the person who's gonna take you out." Yep.
That is, listen, I was taking notes. I got it all memorized. I'll be saying that verbatim. Exactly. And then we've got three more suggestions if you
Give
have
in to us.
senioritis. It is also to change things up. So especially from working from home, it is so challenging that you're just like, well, I'm in my exact same house that I'm always in, and I would love nothing more than to go somewhere else. So what you can do is take yourself to a little Starbucks, take yourself to a little cafe, take yourself just somewhere else where you have a different environment that makes it a little bit easier. And number 6, take a break. Take a break, especially if you're working from home. You got a little remote going on. That's easy. That's real easy. All you got to do is just give yourself a little log off. Then you're done. Take a little break, and then the last one, number 7. Remember what you're working towards. So I think in all of this, the goal essentially was, okay, well, I don't want to upset my current job. But at the end of the day, it's okay if you do because you're going somewhere else. So just remember what it was for. That's all you got to do. James, I did it. I got
Renee,
through all 7. Yes.
you did,
Yes.
and what I love is
Yes.
I wonder if you leaned as you were doing that list, did you lean on
Mhm.
any of those things? Because halfway through, you're like, "I'm
Yeah.
done with this
Yeah.
list." You had
Totally.
senioritis about giving the senioritis
Absolutely.
list,
100%.
and,
100%. I am very good at quitting. I am
wow.
so good at it.
I wish that's a
Yeah.
good skill set. I
Yeah.
wish I was better at quitting.
Yeah.
Like like sometimes you get yourself in situations you should absolutely quit. I'm not good
Right?
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no. I think that maybe I could learn from you and you could learn from me. You need to quit a few more things, and I need to stick with a few more things. Not this job, though. I'm
No,
going to a
I
new
think
job.
it's great. I think well, you did have a panic about this show and thought you had to quit.
Listeners, you were here on Friday. You saw me do it. I, but again, it is always based. Even quitting that segment is based in all you were doing was multitasking. I know that you were multitasking, so I can see your eyes. I know that you were looking at the message board. I know you were looking at the next segment. I know you were also navigating to make sure that the pictures come up properly. So that's all you were doing. But I was like, oh, but what if that's not what he's doing? What if is that what those eyes mean? Is that what, should I stop doing this? So
Yeah,
every time
it's
I quit, it is
absolutely
based in
well,
I know,
that's
but
it.
I'm just
I was just like,
explaining to
okay, oh,
you
oop, oop,
that
mm,
my quitting is always based as I'm a inconvenience to someone. So I'll make this easy on
we'll
you.
just back it on up. Stop Homer Simpsoning into the bush.
Truly,
You're
truly,
good.
truly. I
You're
know.
good.
All right.
My monocle Monday, I'm not sure if I did the assignment right,
I
but
bet you did.
like my intention for the week is to be kind and loving and forgiving to myself and others. I think
Yeah.
especially because like I went through hell and back literally.
Mhm.
And so I'm still kind of like coming out of that. So my goal for this week is just to be so kind and loving to myself and
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
And to
You
keep
know
on, don't overload my plate because I just went through an emotional burden. I want to make sure that I'm not putting too much on my plate because it's like I'm in a fragile space. I'm in
you sure are.
recovery, you
You
know?
sure
Thought
are. You
everything was
absolutely
trying to kill me.
Yeah. No, I love that. And take a closer look at, right. So I am not last week, maybe wasn't keeping a close eye on the amount of anxiety that's building up. So this time you can use that monocle, take a closer look and
Yeah.
be like, actually, I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety.
Uh-huh. I have a lot of that. You're so right. I have a
Yeah.
lot of stress and anxiety that I did not realize
Right.
I
So
was
keep a
dealing
monocle
with.
on that. Keep a monocle on that. Let
Ooh,
them
keep a
know.
monocle on that. And you keep a monocle on your senioritis and look
Thank
to
you.
your tools
Yes.
of how to deal with
Yes.
those.
Yes. Thank you. I will. I will never look at this list again.
You're like, this was just a segment,
Nope. This
and
is
on to the next thing. We
absolutely
didn't
not.
have any birthdays yet.
Right. Yeah. So can we move on? Yeah. No, I feel certain. Of course, I'm going to get through the next 3 weeks, but will I do it using any of the tools I just said? It remains to be seen. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Well, Renee, we are almost about to hit the halfway mark of the
Sure.
show. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew,
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 pew, pew,
pew,
pew.
pew, pew,
And at this
pew.
point, I would love to check in and at our get on uppers. Oh, no one in the house. No one there. Well, this is the first.
We
We've
just
never had
need
a
it for
Monday
us. We
before.
just need it for
We've
us.
never had a
I think
Monday
it's
before.
Monday. I genuinely think it's Monday. I think
And some
just
people, I believe, will catch the late show, the viewing. They won't
yes.
get it live, but
No.
man, will we watch those YouTube
Yeah,
clicks,
you
click,
will.
click, click
Yeah,
up.
you
I
will.
think this might even hit 5 by the end of the week. That's my thing. Mhm. I'm putting that out there.
Pretty big deal. Are
Uh,
we going to be able to go out in public? Is
no,
it?
no, 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 no pictures, please. No pictures,
Maybe I'm gonna
please.
have to tell
It's me.
the paparazzi. I'm with
The
my family.
pops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my family, my dog. Please don't.
Sometimes that doesn't really work, even with the fans.
No, of
Listen,
course it
W.
doesn't.
Kamau Bell
Yeah,
was at a festival that my co-host from Minority Corner and I were both at.
right.
It was like a book. It was like a library festival. It was like a book library festival because that's what he would be at, and so would my friend who is a librarian. And he's with his kids, and she was like, "Oh, there he is," and I'm like, "Well, let's go talk to him." And I'm like, "I have a podcast. I can go talk to him." And she was like, "He's
Yes.
with his kids." I'm like, "No, no, no. Let's go talk to him." And he
Yeah.
was very kind. But looking
Of
back, I'm
course
like,
he
he
was.
was with his kids.
But you weren't a paparazzi. That's fine. And I think it
Oh, right.
also is
Or was I? W. Kamel. Why do you fall down so much?
yeah. No, but I think that granted, I'm sure there are some times where like, please don't bother me. But I think it's also what a good tutorial for the kids of like, here's how you interact with other people. I think it's
Oh,
good.
that's because
I think
kids
it's
don't
nice.
be knowing. They
Listen,
don't know how
no,
to do it.
listen, they will not follow what you say. They will follow what you do. So if you are kind in front of them, they will be kind. And that's how that goes.
This is true. Yeah.
And that's how that goes. James.
Okay, well, for
Yeah.
those of you who are viewing the later showing and you're liking what you're seeing, well, you can head on over to www.backchannel.tv and hit the leave a review button, and you can send us your thoughts on the show. And that way, if you like what you see and you want more of it, we'll make sure to give you even more of that.
Sure will. We absolutely will. Go do it. Go take care of it now. James, yes.
Nope.
I was just gonna say first thing in the morning. You know what? Can I do a little? It'll be quick. It'll be a quick tangent. That my
we've got time.
my other geriatric millennial broke to me. She was saying because I was saying that like, oh, every morning I wake up and the first thing I do is check the news because I was like, God, what happened? What happened overnight? And she's like, you know what's so interesting is that my kids do not do that at all. Like she's got teens. She's got teen kids. And so she was saying that people who were like, functioning is working humans before 9/11 lived in a world where they were like, oh no, days exist where not everything's horrible. Also because we didn't have the internet and everything probably was horrible, but we were under the illusion that everything wasn't horrible. But kids growing up today are just like, no, the world's awful. I don't need to check. It's all very bad.
Yeah.
So I don't need to check.
I get it.
All that to be said, I listen to Up First every morning on NPR to find out what's going on. And I was curious, what is your news source? What do you check in the morning?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, I actually don't. So I look at the news before, throughout the day. I'm constantly clicking on different things. I listen to the What a Day podcast. And so sometimes you're getting news. So I'll listen to it this afternoon. So then I'll relay some of the facts that I find from there on our show the next day. So you're getting it a day late. So it's not so much breaking news as in this was a thing that happened
Here's something
before.
recently. Here's something
Yep.
recently. Yeah, I'll take it.
Recent news. Yeah,
Recent news.
yeah,
We love
recent
it. We
news.
love it. We love it. Speaking of, I think it's about
So I've got
time. Yeah.
for this breaking news. Breaking
Breaking
news.
news. It's pretty recent.
This just in. I feel like we have to always start that segment that way, right? Even if the news
Yes.
is like from this past weekend. Breaking
Yes.
news, everybody. Breaking news. We are doing a show.
Mhm.
So yeah, what a day. Now I'll look through things throughout the day, blog sites, the Mary Sue, comingsoon.net, the Root, and I'm on, apparently I forget this sometimes, but I get CNN's 5 things email.
Oh,
5 things that happen. Yeah.
interesting. Okay. All right. Well, of these 5 things, what is breaking news for you, James? What
Well, I have a
what are we seeing?
few
What are we hearing?
things,
Okay.
and none of them are gonna be great. Like as in
Okay.
like it's not like, oh, like not well reported, not that, but it's like they're not good. This one, breaking news, this happened over the weekend, a heartbreaking story, just
Tell me.
makes me so sad.
Tell me.
So I don't know if you heard about this, but Regina King's son Ian Alexander Jr. Died by suicide this past weekend. He was
Ah,
26.
so sorry.
If you've ever seen Regina King, she always brought her son with her to like the red carpets. He was her +1 when she was at the Golden Globes. And they had such a beautiful relationship. And so this was just really heartbreaking to see, and that you just never really know. And then I mean, a lot of people are just going through a lot of things, and I think that there's people out there who are struggling in different ways. Like, reach out, you're not alone, I would say.
Mhm.
Shame is like a gremlin that hides in the shadows, and one of the best disinfectants is to bring light onto it, and that is to connect with others and talk about it. I think it's also really hard because of the time that we're in. It's a very isolating time period that we're in. And for example, like my weed scaries that I had my
Yeah.
like journey that I went on. In the past, I will have gone through it and not told anybody what was really going on with me or what had happened. And
Right.
I've told, my roommate, close friends, I'm able to have like a laugh about it. But it's been so
Yes.
great because so many people have been like, I've been there. This is what
Yeah.
happened for me when
Oh
I was
God.
at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like, and so
Yes.
there's just something so connecting about that. And I also
Mhm.
remember like when I went to a Buddhist talk on loneliness. This was a few years ago in New York.
Right.
Went to a Buddhist talk on loneliness. I'm like, okay, great. They're gonna help cure me of my loneliness, my feeling of
Yeah.
loneliness. I feel so lonely and isolated. It was like an hour talk, and got to the end, and pretty much the gist of it was everybody feels lonely. And in that, you're connected to everybody because everybody has feelings of
Oh,
loneliness, and you're not alone. And so we think we all have
love
those
that.
feelings, and it feels so isolating. Oh, I'm so lonely. And,
Right.
that person has their partner, and but even they will have feelings of loneliness that like, it's just a feeling that everybody has. But
Mm.
in that, you can feel so connected that like everyone is also experiencing that.
Right. Right. Oh, I mean, I want to take it away from everybody, but that I'm going to remember that. That's, I mean, because I got lonely all the time because everybody feels lonely.
Everybody's feeling that, and it's just a
Yeah.
thing, and like there's of course, because we're all individual things. We're not like one. I mean, we're connected on a certain level, but we are also
Right.
like doing our own. I'm doing this right now, and you're
Yeah.
looking at me confused. So, oh, now you're doing it. Now
Now I'm
I'm
doing
looking at
it.
you
Now I'm doing
confused.
it. You're
And
not alone.
I
Yeah.
would also like to highlight, there are services available. So to get help, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You can Google this, but there's a National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You can call them at 1-800-273-TALK. Again, that number is 1-800-273-TALK. There's also a crisis text line for crisis support. And then for crisis support in Spanish, 1-888-628-9454. Again, for in Spanish, you call 1-888-628-9454. And you can also Google, but if you have any thoughts of suicide or taking your life or harm to yourself or others, don't hesitate, get help. And the last thing I'll say, and I'll turn it over to you. I'll never forget this. My acting instructor's advice to us, the last thing he said to us when I
Right.
was leaving my 2-year Meisner program, he said, get into therapy now. Most people wait before it's too late. And it was the best advice I ever got. I got
Wow.
to therapy immediately after that, or I got back into it. My life was great. Things were
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later, my boyfriend like cheated on me, and
Oof.
my grandmother had passed away. And so it was like,
Ugh,
oh, I'm so glad that I'm in
yeah.
therapy, because
Have
it would have
somebody to
been
talk to.
challenging to then go into it after. Yeah. So I was already
Right.
there. Yeah.
Right. I love that. Not the point of the story, but I'm so proud of you for talking and like telling us about your weekend and the thing and the thing. And just once you start to do it, it's sort of a snowball effect of just like, oh, this helps a lot. This helps a lot. This is
Mhm.
such a very, very small, difficult needle to thread, the thing that I'm
Okay.
about to say, but I'm gonna try. And the thing that I want to say is check in on your people. Because I think when you were in that state of depression and those thoughts of maybe whatever you think when you're at the point where you should be calling a suicide hotline, it's difficult to reach out. So I think for the thing that's difficult to thread about that is it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault.
Yeah.
It's not your friend's fault. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It just happens. But the more that you can check in on your people, the more you can check in on your friends, because I definitely have been the person where I'm just like, I can't get off the couch. And that's just depression. But I'm not reaching out. And then a friend calls. And then for some reason I pick up, and then just talking to somebody fixes it immediately. So
Mm.
if
Mhm.
you if it makes sense to give a friend a call, just let them know you're thinking about them. Sometimes that can really, really, really help.
And I would say too, like, even we're now in that age as geriatric millennials, and I know it's like first thing in the morning, and maybe that's why there's no one here, because we're talking about like, very real things, death and suicide. But I think confronting them, there's nothing wrong with that. But
Right,
friends of mine, their parents are passing, and so
right.
sometimes it took me forever, a month, to call a friend who actually his father
Mhm,
had taken his own
mhm,
life, and it took me a
mm.
month to call
So
that friend
sorry.
because they kept, trying to find that most perfect time, or what do I say, and like sometimes people will just send that text of like, "Hey, I'm here if you need me." My
Yeah,
encouragement is, to Renee's point, just actively go to that person.
yeah,
Go call them. Go, like, sometimes, like, just do things like send them a fruit basket. Like, oftentimes people will not, to Renee's point, reach out, and so you have to kind of be that proactive person to reach out for them. We had an hour-long conversation when I eventually did call, and it wasn't just didn't just focus on just his loss, because we talked about
right,
other things, and I'm sure that he was so appreciated to also talk about it when he wanted to, but then also talk about something completely different. So I think it is that, like, if we remember, like, any feeling that you're feeling, someone else has felt that before. So if you felt lonely or isolated, and so also knowing that they're all going through it, like, to Renee's point, like, reach out. I
yeah,
tried to make a point to reach out to, we get so busy, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to reach
mhm,
out to at least one family or a friend and call them once a week.
right.
And just talk and chat. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think I can get like, God, it's been a month. I should have called already. But isn't that funny how grief doesn't go away in a month? Isn't that funny how it sticks around for, I don't know, if the rest of your life? So
Yeah.
I think when it first happens, they are getting inundated with everybody reaching out. And then a month later, nobody's calling anymore. So even if it's been
Mhm.
a month, that's probably the exact time where they need the phone call to
'Cause
do
they
that.
need someone to check in on them, yeah,
Yeah.
like, and even
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
it's just like, "Oh my god, it's been 6 months," great, do it, go call them, go
Terrific.
check in on them, because
Happy to have.
yeah, they're happy to take it in. So,
And then to
that was
completely, yes, go ahead. Mhm.
yeah, that was my breaking news. I have a different one, but I wanna throw it to you. What's the
All right.
breaking
Well,
news
now,
from Renee?
I love to throw some bubble gum into a very serious conversation. So can I tell you about Adele? Do you want to hear about the weekend Adele had?
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Breaking news, we've got it. Adele had a terrible weekend. More
Yeah,
terrible than my 2-hour experience of anxiety.
I think maybe. I think maybe.
Okay,
Well, I don't
alright,
want to say more terrible, but I would say on par. I would say on
okay.
par. So
I would
I
love to
also
hear about someone else's suffering. It'll make me feel
I
better.
would love to. But what I've titled this segment is Adele gives us a lesson in vulnerability and how to apologize. So
Oh.
she is doing a residency, was supposed to do a residency in Vegas performing January 21st through April 16th. And on January 20th, the night before they're supposed to open, she does a very like earnest, but heartbreaking Instagram post of, you guys, the show's not ready. We can't. Everyone's been out on COVID. Deliveries are delayed. I have been up
Yeah.
the last 30 hours, and she's like doing this through like not it. I mean, either she's the world best actress, or it was. I feel it was sincere, but like you could tell, like just the exhaustion on her face. She's like, I've been up for 30 hours. I've been trying to figure out a way to do it, but it's just not ready, and I am so sorry, and I will make it up to you. And then the way she made it up to people, because at that point, because it was the night before, everybody had already flown in. Like people
They've
had flown
flown
in, they
in,
got their
they're
hotel, everything. Like
there.
it was
Yeah.
just too late.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
anybody who had a ticket, she sent them to the merch store and just gave them merch. And then she personally FaceTimed everyone who was willing and wanted and had a ticket that night of, I am so sorry, we're going to get you a new time, we're going to get it figured out. And so the internet is filled with people's social media of just like, this is Adele FaceTiming me, I guess. It was just so sweet and thorough and kind. And then what was even sweeter, the thing that was the sweetest is that, so outside, I think this is the Caesar, is that where it was? The Coliseum in Caesar's
Mhm,
Palace is where she was
mhm.
performing. So outside the Coliseum, everybody was chanting, Adele, it's okay. Adele, it's okay. Which I thought
Oh,
was very sweet of her
bless.
fans to be like, yeah, man, it's hard times and the things that we plan fall through. And it even
Yeah.
happens to Adele. But it was just is sad. Oh, dang it. I wish that would have worked out, but boy, that's a good way to handle it. What are your
Oh
thoughts? What
my
do you think?
goodness. I have so many thoughts on this. Well, one,
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
now I have to go listen to her new album. I haven't listened to her new album yet because I haven't been
It's good.
in the right. I'm not breaking
Yeah.
up with anybody. Usually Adele's like my breakup go-to. And I'm like,
That's
not
fair.
breaking up with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to that point, my favorite genre of music is breakup music. It's my
Sure.
favorite. I
Mm,
have a playlist
nothing
ready to
better.
go. I have a
Nothing
playlist ready
better.
to go. It's the best. Like
Yeah.
that's the best part of a breakup is the music you get to listen to and cry to and get angry to. And
100%. It's the
um,
best. Yeah.
but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
I what I love about this so much is like first of all, it's interesting now. You go with me here. It's interesting, like people like Adele or Alicia Keys or even Ariana Grande. I'm not rushing to go see perform because
Right.
I love a dance. I need some Janet. I need some Britney. I need some choreography. But again, this is now just getting me more interested and excited because if the show gets canceled, I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
FaceTime with Adele, so it's gonna be a win.
Right.
But I think it does speak to like anytime you ever see Adele do anything, like the late night bits or anything, she's just such an amazing, great
Genuine, good
genuine
person.
human.
Yeah.
And to see like her true relationship with her fans, like she really does love
Right.
them.
Right.
Really like was it. And to her point, like she could still just been like, hey guys, just didn't work out. I'm sorry, we'll get you back.
Yeah.
But the FaceTime, that
Yep.
extra bit, going that extra step,
So
just really
forgivable.
shows that
Yeah.
relationship with her fans that she has. That's like incredibly
Right.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
And honestly,
beautiful.
like to like bring it back down to a much, 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 much smaller scale, I think that is the exact way you get out of a if ever I can't go to a wedding or I can't go to a birthday party or something like something comes up, I
Mhm.
think instead of getting defensive and just like, well, I can't believe it, no, 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 and it's her fault and their fault, like just unzip everything and be like, man, I am so sorry. I really wanted to, but because of these things, I can't. And here's what I'm going to do to make it up to you. Like, come with a how I'm going to make it up to you. Solves everything, I think.
Come with a solution, even if it's an
Yeah,
idea of like, here's what I'm thinking, and you can brainstorm
right.
together. But don't come to the picnic empty-handed.
No,
Don't
you
you
got to
do
bring
it.
some ants. You got to bring ants to the picnic.
Oh, breaking news! Breaking
Yeah.
news! This just in. This just in.
Yes.
Did you ever see the movie Yesterday? Where
Yes.
a guy wakes up and the Beatles don't exist, but he writes all the Beatles music essentially. It was a movie that
Right.
came out in
I didn't
2019.
see it. I didn't see it.
Okay,
I know of it, but I didn't
well,
see it.
fair. I also have
Yeah.
not seen it, but
Okay.
if you were watching it and you had seen the trailer, actress Ana de
Okay.
Armas. She
Okay.
was in the lead in Knives Out.
Oh, great. Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay, yeah, I knew
Yeah.
I'd get you there. Yeah,
Okay.
you're already prepared to be like, I'm not gonna know anything he's
Yeah,
talking about.
I don't know. Okay, but I
Renee's
know the
got
lead in
her
Knives Out.
I
I know the
don't
lead
know
in Knives Out.
face on with a slight tilt, a smile, just like a
Yeah.
smile through it. Hope for the best.
I wanna help you with this name, but I don't know what you're saying. Okay, yes, the lead in Knives Out. Got it. I know how to
Okay.
pronounce that. Yes.
She also is like a scene stealer in the latest and last Daniel Craig James Bond. She is so phenomenal to the point people are like, she needs her own spinoff. She's phenomenal. She's amazing. And so she's got her fans, and they were so excited to see her in Yesterday. But when they saw Yesterday, because in the trailer she's in it,
Right. Right.
but in the trailer, when they watched the movie, she was missing. And so
Uh-oh.
now what's happening, Susan, just in time, we are talking about some breaking news. I don't know if you are a fan of Ana de Armas, who is the lead in Knives Out. She was in a James Bond movie. Well, she was edited out of the final version of Yesterday. Edited out.
Why?
She was in the trailer. She was edited out. And so her fans are suing. She has nothing to do
Suing.
with this law.
That seems awfully litigious, but okay.
Oh yeah, fans have online petitions, Renee, not
Right.
enough. Fans have
No.
kicked it up a notch. We're doing full on lawsuits, which
Suing.
are expensive. Like, but
Yeah.
that's
What?
how much her
Are
fans
they
care.
just for their
Yeah.
ticket back?
So okay.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
listening. I'm
Oh
listening.
yeah.
Okay,
Go with me
okay.
here. All right. So Variety reports that 2 fans have filed a federal class action lawsuit against Universal Pictures,
Okay.
claiming that they were tricked because the Knives Out actress appeared in the trailer for the movie, and then she was edited completely out of it. And they said that this is false, misleading, and deceptive,
Sure.
and accuses Universal of using Ana de Armas's fame, radiance, and brilliance to promote the movie.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but
Yes. So the lawsuit is seeking so here's where the story gets even more fun and interesting. So the 2 plaintiffs, 38-year-old Connor Wolf from Maryland and 48-year-old Peter Michael Rosa from California. So we've got,
mhm,
the
mhm,
east of the west represented in this
mhm, mhm.
lawsuit. We
It's
got
across
you.
this great nation of ours. Yes.
So they both paid $3.99 to watch Yesterday on Amazon Prime. And outrage! Outrage. Also, mind you, these fans didn't even go to the theater to
No,
go
they
see this
sure
movie.
did not. No, they
It
sure did not. Okay.
it maybe didn't come out in theaters, but
Mhm.
when movies first got really, because I think during the pandemic, I don't recall if it did, but usually when movies during the pandemic, if they've not been released, they get like they'll be released online, but it's like $19,
Right.
like you're rent and just
Right.
to rent it, not even
Yeah.
to own it, right? So they even got it when it was like on
Yeah. On
the lower side of it.
in the discount bin. Yeah.
So you ask like, what are they suing for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they paid $3.99 each, right?
$3.99 each. Got it.
The lawsuit is seeking at least 5 million because they're filing on behalf of everyone who was affected.
What is happening? What? Jam. No.
Oh,
No.
what are we
Ay,
thinking?
ay,
We think this is
ay.
gonna work out? We're rooting for them. I mean, they were robbed. They were robbed. They deserve
So
$5 million.
now and
I'm
then
sure
are
they're gonna distribute that. There'll be like a fund where if you saw the movie and wanted to see her, you'll get a little piece of that pie.
will pay back. How are they going to how are they going to implement this class action lawsuit? This is
I also don't even
nuts.
understand because like I don't know how many people. I mean, I'm sure there are people who are disappointed, but I don't know how many people saw the movie specifically for
Yeah.
her. And
Yeah.
then I don't even know how
Has
that
she
works. I mean,
spoke out about this? Has she said anything about it?
she also has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Um, she has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
And then another Twitter follower who there's another Twitter person who their handle is Armas Updates, and their handle
Okay.
is Anaday Armas Updates, and they retweeted this Variety article, and they just said, "At least I'm not to blame for this." So this seems even too far fetched from this
Or
person who's
even
like the
for the super
official
fan. Okay.
fan Twitter handle of like
Yeah.
updates about her, which I think is such an interesting like. And she's a big actress, but I just love that there's like
Right.
somebody who's so obsessed. They're like, these are the new like fan page. Remember there used to be like fan sites, or what did they call it?
Mhm.
Like your fan club sites. Well, now it's
Right.
just like your fan Twitters who you go to them
Sure.
for the latest updates.
The latest stuff. Man, this just seems like such a money grab. And it seems
You
like
know,
the exact opposite of fandom. It seems like sort of like, and in your name, we're gonna you con a movie studio. It's very weird.
I feel these two guys like found each other, I guess, on like on message boards because they're just from very two different like
Yeah.
world, like parts of the. So interesting. I just love this. Like, I mean,
Could
it's being filed. There's money being put down. This is going
okay.
forward.
Could we play a game between you and I called,
Mhm.
"Oh, I would think that this was okay if," meaning
Okay.
what things would have to go down for it to be like, actually, you know what? This makes sense. That sounds right. I'll start with if Anna herself had said, I really wanted to be in this movie, I lobbied to stay in it, but because of a Me Too situation, I was cut out as a consequence because I wouldn't
Mm.
deliver for this person. Like if there was some sort of like scandalous, like the reason I was cut out is because I wouldn't do whatever for this gross slimy man, that I'd be like, yep, absolutely. But he still wouldn't, the money doesn't go to me.
It would go to like the hashtag Me Too movement.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. Can you think of any reason that this is okay?
I think, and I'm gonna be careful saying this because
Yeah.
I don't want to end up locked away in prison. I
Oh,
think if it
sure.
was something similar that happened to, oh gosh, what is her name? Chinese actress,
Oh, right.
um,
Yeah.
Fan Bingbing, who
Mhm.
she had spoken out against the Chinese government and then disappeared for like a
Right.
while.
Right.
So if it's something like that, like Anna was like speaking her mind and truth about like the government or some sort of cause,
Yeah.
disappeared for a while, and then was cut from the movie. I I still don't even know if a lawsuit is the way that I would go
Yeah.
about it. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's just like just an interesting avenue. I don't know when
So
this becomes
weird.
I think your situation's maybe the only thing, and again, that money goes
But even
towards,
then, it doesn't go to the fans. That's
they
so
pay
bizarre.
$3.99 and
Yeah.
$5 million for everyone who is affected. Renee, they're not doing it for themselves. This is for everyone who is affected.
Affected. Of course. Of course. And it would be disappointing. If I were to watch a movie, God, what's the appropriate reaction to that? I think just,
I know.
oh man.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's it. I mean, even a fan petition of like release the Ana de Aramis cut.
right.
I feel
I'll
like
take
that's
that.
what you
You
would
know
really
what?
want to
You nailed it.
see.
That's it.
And
That's
fans
it.
do that sometimes. They're like, release the Snyder cut. And we got
Right.
one. It was 4 hours. It was
Okay.
great. Much better than the Joss
Perfect.
Whedon one. Put a
Yeah,
pin
because
in
we need
Joss
to
Whedon because I got
mm-mm.
stories about
You
him
got
to
more about that
reveal later
in
in the
just a
week.
bit, and
Later
just
in the
not
week.
right now, a little
Nope,
bit later.
not today.
But no, I think you just hit the nail on the head that the solution is a petition to get the footage that was cut.
That's what
Great.
you want to see. You don't need your
Perfect.
money back.
Perfect.
I
What
mean,
if
yeah.
what if
Uh-huh.
there is this? Oh, what about this? I'm gonna start a conspiracy theory. What if Anna said, "Take me out of this movie. I do not want to be part of it." And then as her fans, they were just like, "Put her back in." What if
Or I'm gonna go Tanya Harding on this. Maybe these fans are actually
yeah.
like working for. She's
No,
actually behind
I
it the
see.
whole entire way. But I wouldn't want to think of that about Anna. I
No,
think
she
she's
seems
lovely
great.
and
She
amazing.
seems great.
So
We love her. We
I
love her.
don't.
Man,
And
that
she's
story's nuts.
your reaction to it. Wait a minute. Breaking news. Dee, breaking news. Breaking news.
Yes. No, more breaking news.
That's about the coronavirus. It's over.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, we did it. We made it.
Could you imagine? Mission accomplished. Woo-hoo.
What a success.
That
What a success.
just drop the banners. Um,
Yeah.
the Biden administration is expected to begin distributing 400 million free N95 masks to Americans this week, the
Okay.
latest federal step aimed at reining in the spread of COVID-19.
Right.
So, yeah, the masks, which are coming from the Strategic National Stockpile, will be
Yeah.
made available at a number of local pharmacies and community health centers. And then a White House official described the distribution as the largest deployment of personal protective equipment in the U.S. history. And the
Whoa.
huge allotment of amounts to more than half of the 750 million N95 masks currently stored in the reserve, a figure that tripled over the last year as the administration sought to boost services. So, You got some masks coming for you. I still haven't ordered my free test. I feel
You
like
gotta
they're
go order
probably.
your free test.
No, I know. But here's the thing too, is that you can also now get reimbursed if you go into your local Walgreens. I saw a sign. It was like, hold on to your receipt. You can get reimbursed through, I believe, your healthcare provider because those
Looky
get
there.
expensive.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
I
Renee,
don't.
we're
Do
still in the
you?
pandemic.
Yes,
You're
I
like,
know. Well, I think that I speak for everyone when. Well, no, I don't. Certainly can't. Have you seen The Nation, Renee? You don't speak for everybody. We are very divided. But I
you
think
can try. Either way, I speak for everyone when I say
I
everyone should wear a
do.
mask. You
Think
don't
I
speak
speak
for
for
everyone.
everyone, and that oh boy, it is difficult to hope at this point.
It's
Hope has
fair.
become a
Yeah.
very challenging thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds great. I hope it works.
Well, I think it goes to your point too of like the Adele's concert being canceled. It's that
Yeah,
reminder of like, oh yeah, we're still in the middle of this. We kind of fooled
right.
ourselves. Like
Yeah,
I was harumfumped, arms folded across when
right.
a friend of mine canceled our hangout because he got COVID. Him and his boyfriend got COVID. I was like, oh, fine. And I think it was just because like he canceled, then another friend canceled like back to
Sure,
back. And it was like
sure.
I'm trying to like hang
Yep.
out with my friends and make
Yeah,
friends like a priority.
totally.
Yes. So we're gonna get into our celebrity birthdays. Do 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 do. But before we do that, Renee,
Yeah.
before we go to celebrity
Yes.
birthdays, I want to just take the reins here. And
Please.
I'm just going to do some more news updates here. So, some other breaking news that is coming at you today, like this is fresh off the presses, is that the Ukraine, so there's a lot of stuff that's happening with the Ukraine. I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you about it this morning. So, the US is amplifying calls for Russia to cease its aggressive actions along the Ukraine border, where more than 100,000 troops have been gathered. So, it's a tale as old as time. Russia's doing all kinds of things over there in the Ukraine. They're trying to annex it back. And it's a big mess. And so the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken warned yesterday that there would be a severe response by the US and its allies if a single additional Russian force enters Ukraine in an aggressive way. So the US is saying, listen, if something happens, you step over that line, Vladimir, we're going to get you. And so in preparation for possible invasion, welcome, Aaron. We're just talking about some breaking news that's happening, and we're talking about Russia. So in preparation for a possible invasion, the U.S. sent Ukraine a second weapon supply shipment of close to 200,000 pounds of lethal aid. And some political leaders, including Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, look at me. I feel so international. I like killed the pronunciation on that word, just want to say. So they're urging the US and its allies to penalize Moscow with sanctions now before any lives are lost. But the US, however, has shown unwillingness to punish Russia preemptively. So what I think makes sense. Like, they haven't done it yet, but as soon as they
Yeah.
step over that line, Biden administration is not playing around, which is a breath of fresh air because previous administration would just be like, no, whatever. I didn't
No,
see
that
anything.
seems
Let them
fine.
do whatever
That
they
seems
want.
fine.
I just
Yeah.
don't understand this whole entire. I mean, Russia be trying to do this. They be doing this. They tried to
Yeah.
invade Georgia like back in like 2013, not the state
Right.
of Georgia, the country.
Right. North of the country. Yeah. Yeah.
We're
We're
coming
gonna
over
get
Georgia. We
Georgia.
want
What are we
Atlanta.
doing? Exactly.
No, and
Get
then
those peaches.
but they failed. They don't have a very strong like military, and so that's why Russia has been working to collapse governments from within. And so I think that's what they're able to do with Georgia. They ran a very pro Vladimir candidate. That candidate would say things like, "Oh, my candidate, let's check their birth certificates. They're not really from here. Lock them up." There's a playbook
Right.
that they're playing. They did the same thing in the Ukraine. My opponent isn't really born from here. Where's their birth
Right.
certificates? Lock them up. I love Vladimir Putin. Like it's just the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing over and over. And you may have said this, forgive me if I am repeating, but they're only sending, and I guess this is a very small number, 5,000 troops over, just as a like, just
Mhm.
as a, there's more where this came from. So
Just so you
don't,
know.
just
Just so
don't.
you know.
Yeah, Yeah.
I just feel like invading countries at this point is just so early 1900s.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, are we still doing
What
this?
are we
Like, I
doing?
just like
What are we doing?
the borders are the borders. Everyone like stop. And I have to give it up to Europe. Snaps to Europe because I will say World War II,
Yeah.
they stopped all that. Like, if you ever looked at a map of like how things that like borders have shifted and changed, it was
Right.
bananas up until like that. Europe was like always fighting each other for
Right.
centuries. And then after World War II, they're like, ah, okay,
Yeah.
we're
I
not
think that's
gonna.
that's probably enough of that. That should be
And it's
that should be good here. Yeah.
also part of the thing, and but like, and also I think in the U.S. we don't really understand war as much as other places because what's the last war that was fought on American soil? Renee, get on
Yeah.
up first. Trivia this morning. What was the last war that was fought on physical American
Hands up.
soil?
Hands up. Sorry, I have a turtle that I hold on to while I record. That wasn't point. The Civil War. The Civil War is the last war that was fought on American soil.
It was a war a long time
Right.
ago, and so
Yeah.
it's like, and again, anytime there's been war, it's so far away, you know, and they even stopped filming it. Like with the Vietnam, people could see the atrocities that were happening. It was constantly
Right.
reported, but even they're like, we don't want to do that anymore because then it makes
Correct.
people really be anti-war. So
Yeah.
you don't see it, and that's why like in Europe they're way more cautious for jumping into things
Right.
and jumping into wars where like America's like, we're gonna go over there, like, okay, hold on, let's get some more information. Like, oh, we're going, and we hate your French fries, they're freedom fries.
Yeah. But you mentioned the doomsday clock last week, and you just want to like, as a people, collectively be like, "Okay, no, we're already we don't need to go war with Russia.
Oh
Look how close we are
yeah,
already. We don't need that. We don't
we
need
don't
that.
need
That's fine.
this, we
No.
don't need this.
All
So
right.
100 seconds to midnight. Okay, we're gonna play now, just in
Mhm.
time. It's celebrity birthdays. Da 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 da.
And
This makes me feel like I'm
happy
entertaining
birthday to you.
ya.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Renee. You are my soul sister because I gotta tell you, that's
Yeah.
how my family. We don't
Yeah.
sing the traditional happy
No.
birthday. We do the happy birthday. Here's the fun
Such a
thing about
yes.
the happy birthday. My
Mhm.
goal, that song could have no end. And it's not a
Yeah.
like significant end. And so anytime my
Nope.
family gets gathered, my goal is to keep that song going for as long as you can. And it's
Absolutely. Yeah.
if you can get another, like, people think it's done, happy birthday to ya. As long as one person gets that
Yeah.
happy birthday, it'll keep
And you can
going, and
swing back
people
around.
love
You
it.
can swing back
They
around.
love
Yeah.
that song, they love that
Too.
bop. They're like, "Ooh, somebody's
Mm-mm.
birthday," and they'll just keep going. And
Yep.
so they will just live
I
their best life.
love that, and I can't wait for your next birthday to go for 3 hours. That's my goal.
Yep. Okay,
Okay.
so we
Whose
are
birthday
doing
is
a
it
new
today?
segment called Celebrity Birthdays. So we are going to share some celebrity birthdays from from Sunday and today, and it's going to be a quiz. So it's celebrity birthday quiz.
Oh,
So there's also going to be a
boy.
fact about them as well. So
This is
here we
exciting.
go. Our first one, I think we have some images. Our first one's going to be Cheetah Rivera. Happy birthday to Cheetah Rivera.
Cheetah!
Turned 89.
We love her.
Do we
We
got Cheetah
love her.
Rivera's
We
image here, Nick?
love
Are we able
her.
to
We love
throw
her.
it up?
Be
Okay,
there
it's
any minute.
coming.
Any minute.
It's
Cheetah
coming.
Rivera's on her way.
There's
There we
she
go. There's our
is.
girl. Ooh,
Cheetah
great
Rivera,
photo.
original name Conchita Figueroa del Rivero. Been a while
Mhm.
since I've had Spanish.
Mhm.
Okay, your quiz. All right, get on uppers
Yes.
to participate.
Ready.
You know what to do. All you're going to do is look at your Echo device. I don't actually think you have to look at it. Know that it's in the room, and you just open your mouth and go. Say red, like, or
It's
whatever the
this.
answer is you
It's
think it is.
this.
So whatever the
Okay.
answer. Okay, Cheetah Rivera landed the part of this Broadway musical and role that would be her first Tony nomination. So we're looking for the Broadway musical and the role
Ooh.
that she had. So Cheetah Rivera landed the part of this Broadway musical and role that would be her first Tony nomination. Welcome, Kate, to Backchannel. First time on Backchannel you got here.
Thanks.
You're just in time for a celebrity birthday quiz. Our first one is Cheetah Rivera. Just turned 89, and the question is, and you can help Renee out and the other
Please,
get on
Renee's
uppers.
gonna need some help.
Cheetah Rivera landed the part of this Broadway musical and role that would be her first Tony nomination.
Yes, this isn't it, but this is one of them, and I don't know if she got nominated or not, but she landed the role of the Spider Woman in Kiss of the Spider Woman. Is that right?
Oh, interesting. Is that what you're gonna go with? I mean, Tim from our friend
What's Tim
Tim,
saying? What's
remember,
Tim
Tim's
saying?
always
Yeah,
right.
Tim's always right.
Uh,
What's Tim saying?
well, Tim said, Roxy Hart in Chicago?
Ooh,
Question
I think
mark.
yes. I kind of like
Question mark,
that.
question mark.
I
All
kind of
right.
like that.
You can,
Let's go
yeah, I
with
mean, you
that.
can
Let's go with Tim.
okay,
Yes.
you can go with
No,
that then.
Tim's always right. That's his whole name. So let's go with Tim's always right. Yes. Roxy Hart in Chicago. Final answer. Yes.
Well, her first role though was Anita in West Side
Anita and
Story.
West Side
That was her
Story.
first one.
And that
Anita
was,
in
you
West Side
know what?
Story.
It was in the back of
Roxy
my
Hart
head.
not far behind, not
Yeah.
far behind.
Kiss of a
And
Spider
also,
Woman wasn't too far behind that.
oh yeah. You're on the list. You're on the list. Yeah. Rivera is also the first Latino American and the first Hispanic woman to be awarded a Kennedy Center honors. And in 2009, President Obama gave her the Presidential Medal for Freedom.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. Okay. Trust your instincts, Renee. Anita.
Trust
West
your
Side Story.
instincts. All right, here we go. Our next
Okay.
one, it is Pointer of the Pointer Sisters. It is
Oh.
Anita Pointer. Let's show her a
Hey.
picture up. Anita Pointer of the Pointer Sisters. Yesterday, look at her, fabulous. She turned 74. I don't know if this is her photo
No, that's her
at
at 74.
74.
That is her at 74. It's absolutely her at 74.
I
No
like
further
her right
question.
now. It's just like her eyes behind us. Okay,
My
your
birthday.
question. Pointer Sisters. Happy birthday, Anita Pointer. Just turned 74. The Pointer Sisters. What is the Pointer Sisters' number one song?
Ooh, we
What
are
is the Pointer
family.
Sisters' number one song? What are we thinking?
What do we think? What do we think? Now, James, you're the only one with access to the chat today, so I'm gonna need you to help me
Wait,
to
you
clue
don't
me
see
in.
the chat? What
I didn't
happened?
know
You
because
don't see it?
it's either I get it or you get it. Is
Oh,
I
wait,
think
so you
how
don't see anything? You don't see Tim's stuff? You can still
I
see
don't.
it.
I can't. I can't. Well,
You
let
don't
me
see
check. Let me check
anything? Are you
again.
sure?
Let's hold on. Let me look.
If you open
Let
it
me
up,
look.
I
Let me
think you'll
look.
still see Tim's Roxy Hart in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
right. You're sure
No,
right. Okay. Okay.
you're still
I
there.
see.
You
Okay.
just gave up. You're like, well,
I just gave up.
I'm
I was like,
not on
well,
the
it's not
on-air
working now.
controls.
It's not working now. All right. Yes. Okay. So who do we think? Pointer Sisters, number one song in honor of. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Tim said we are
Yes.
family. Sounds right.
Yes. Okay. Yeah,
What
let's
are you
go with
thinking?
it. Tim and I both
Yeah.
think We Are Family is the number one song by the Pointer Sisters.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Well,
Final answer.
you're gonna have a double whammy fact here come at you. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
We Are Family is actually by Sister Sledge, not the Pointer Sisters. What I love is that you both went off this wrong
Yeah,
cliff to
yeah,
get
that's
like
absolutely
just
right.
in the
That's
wrong
absolutely
direction
right.
off the
That's
cliff.
absolutely right. That's
Okay,
100%
Tim,
correct. Yeah.
maybe you're having a case of
Yikes.
the Mondays. We've
Yeah.
never had a show with Tim on Mondays. We've never
No,
done
I
trivia with
led
Tim on
Tim
Mondays.
astray.
So
That
we
was
don't know. Oops. Yep.
yeah,
Again, also not by the Pointer Sisters. That's by Britney Spears. So
okay.
right, Tim. Yeah. Oops, I did it again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You're doing great though, Tim. We're glad that you're here. Lovely. I'm so excited.
No
And I just
kidding.
can't hide it.
Love that song.
I'm about to
I'm
lose
about to lose
control.
control and I think I like
I
it.
like it. I'm so excited. That's their number one jam. Number
Look
one
at
jam.
that. I
Number
love it.
two, Fire. I don't think I know that one, but I do
Mm.
love one of my other favorite songs of the Pointer Sisters is Jump for My Love.
They have the best
Jump for
songs.
my love.
Jumping.
Yeah. You want to have If you want to feel like you're in an 80s movie, just
Yeah.
put some Pointer Sisters
Mhm.
on and dance away your troubles. You'll be good.
I am now I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it while I'm on the phone with you. I am going to listen to the Spotify's Pointer Sister channel all day long because I am not familiar that all of those songs that I love are by them. Tragic.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Okay.
You didn't know. You
No,
were
I don't
thinking
know.
it was somebody else. Okay. Next one. It is actor Richard Dean Anderson. And Tim bringing in the facts. Tim's like, I might have gotten it wrong, but I'm bringing you some facts. The Fire was written by Bruce Springsteen. Didn't know
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
And then this guy up here just had a
Sweetheart.
birthday, turned 72. Richard
him.
Dean Anderson, aka MacGyver.
I love him. I
Just
love
had a
him. I
birthday this
love him.
past weekend. All right, folks. I know that you both. I know everyone who's watching was a diehard MacGyver fan. You go to MacGyver Con every year. So
Obviously, yes. I never
what's
miss it.
MacGyver? What is MacGyver is his last name, but what's his first name?
Bruce.
Bruce MacGyver, without even batting an eyelash.
MacGyver's
And I just wanted to wonder,
first name.
is Bruce in your head because Tim just dropped that bomb about Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah.
Who
Yep.
just
That's why.
okay.
That's why. Ooh, Aaron says Leonard. Aaron,
And Aaron has been quiet and just peeped up. He
Yeah.
wasn't here for the Broadway one. He wasn't here for the Pointer Sisters, but MacGyver.
No, I
he
think
just
we can
chimed
trust.
in.
And Leonard sounds right.
Oh,
Leonard
now he
MacGyver.
went with Bob,
No,
so I don't
but
know if
now
he's.
Bob.
I
Oh,
don't
I
know
see.
if
He's
he's.
just throwing out some possible names.
Mm.
Names that Aaron knows is what's happening. Okay. Right. That's fair. That's it. Just to get the wheels turning. Just
Yeah, we're
what if we in
brainstorming
case
here. We're workshopping ideas.
let's see. I don't know that I would even have a context reference for who is MacGyver.
Isn't that interesting? You're
His
like,
first name. Yeah, I have
oh,
no idea.
yeah.
It's just MacGyver.
Is it MacGyver?
It's MacGyver.
Or is Mac his first name and Guyver's his last?
MacGruber will Forte played him, right? Okay. So wait, I'll throw Will in there. That maybe that's the reason he got his part because you guys have the same first name, so you'll be perfect for it. I mean, Leonard's funny because MacGyver's cool, but my first name's Leonard, so let's go with Leonard.
Which is why he only goes by MacGyver because he's
exactly.
like my first name is Leonard.
So yes.
All right. Well, Tim went with
right?
Sam, so Tim's going with Sam.
Aaron
is it. Sam MacGyver. That does sound good. Here it is. You'll never forget it, or maybe you will, but you'll want to hold on to it for the next time you're at pub night. Angus.
Really?
Angus MacGyver. And then
that's crazy.
Do you want to take a stab at what his nickname might have been in the show? You want to take a stab?
Angie Mac. Angie Mac.
You were so close, actually. You're so close.
Let's hear it.
His nickname was just Mac.
Oh, just Mac. Okay.
Yeah.
But Angie Mac is what those who know him call him and love him for it.
Angie Mac. You do. All right. Our last. So this is people who were born on Sunday celebrating birthday. So we're going to close out the Sunday one with this last one. Tiffany Thiessen, actor Tiffany Thiessen. We love so much, with Kelly Kapowski and Saved by the Bell. But Tiffany Thiessen, at one point she was going to be Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She dropped the Amber. So Tiffany Thiessen sounds weird to me. I'm going to just call her what I know her as. Tiffany Amber Thiessen replaced who on Beverly Hills 90210? And for a bonus, what was her character's full name on that show? Tiffany Thiessen replaced who on Beverly Hills 90210, this other actress, gone.
Right. I didn't. I should have followed. I should have followed it enough.
You weren't a 90210 owner?
I was, but not enough to get. And I loved Saved by the Bell. But no, I was Bev Niner. Bev Niner was every Thursday night, and I loved it so much. But I guess I didn't stick around for Tiffany Amber thing. I'm going to go with Kelly, but I don't know if that's right. What do we think? Hold on.
You did not watch a lot of 90210 then. If you don't remember who she
replaced. So who is
your answer's already locked in, Renee.
No, I
didn't.
I didn't lock it
You're
in.
done. No, you're done.
I did not lock it in. I did not. Tim says Shannon and Doherty, and Tim is right. And Shannon and Doherty's character was Donna? No, that was
flailing. Stop Googling, because you're even Googling wrong. I can see you. You're doing a bad job, Renee. Your answer was locked in at Kelly, and you're completely wrong because she did all 10 seasons of the show. Renee clearly only stuck around for maybe the first 3 or 4 of those 90210s. Maybe. Because it was also on Wednesday night. It got moved to Wednesday, so I think you're already out of the door.
So I was only there when it was at 4.
Tim was right. Shannon Doherty, how could we forget? Remember Shannon Doherty? She left. Her and Aaron Spelling had a big kerfuffle. She was like, I'm out of here. And then years later, he was like, I'm doing Charm. Do you want in? She's like, I'm there. I love it. And then they got in a kerfuffle there, and she left again. Season 3, she was replaced by Rose McGowan. Yeah, Rose McGowan.
Interesting. So wait, did Tiffany Amber Thiessen become Brandon's sister?
No. Cousin. It was a whole different character. Tim,
Okay.
do you remember does anybody know what was the name of her character? Does anybody remember even the first
Mm.
name maybe? I feel like there's no Renee, did you know that Tiffany Thiessen was on 90210?
Oh, no. I didn't. I would
And
have
what's
said guest
funny is
appearance.
Tori Spelling was also kind of on Saved by the Bell playing Screech's
Right.
girlfriend for a period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Her
Oh, that's
character's
sweet.
name was Valerie Malone, and if you thought that Brenda was the bad girl, Valerie
Yeah.
kicked it up notches. She was the ultimate bad girl, doing all kinds, but then had a tragic hurt people, and you find out what happened
Mm,
with her dad's past. Like,
sure.
yeah.
It happens to
Mm-hmm.
the best of us. This
So good.
is fascinating. Have you done a rewatch of Beb Niner?
I want to so bad because I love the show. And here's the thing. I think you
Right.
and I passed the baton of
Right.
90210 because I actually really started getting into it when they went
Yeah.
to college, which is when Tiffany Thiessen joined on. And to me, it
Right.
got so much more like soapy because there was an actual villain and it was Valerie. Valerie was the bad girl,
Right.
messing up all kinds of things, just trouble.
Makes
And so I
sense.
feel like the
Makes total
college
sense.
years are its best,
Yeah.
but it seems like I didn't really
Everything
watch.
is
I would watch
Sorry,
some of like,
Tugboat's dog walker is here. So thank you. You
oh,
guys are the best. Thank you.
yeah.
The best. So
Um,
sorry. Yes.
So I think you and I, like, you stopped watching and then I started watching. Like we
Sounds
passed the
about right. We
baton.
passed the
Yes.
baton. We did a
Yeah.
baton pass. I
But
love
to
it.
answer your question, I haven't. I want to, starting
Yes.
at probably season 4. I like it when they get to college, maybe even their senior year.
Well,
Tim was more of a Melrose Place person because it was the more
right. More
adult one. Did you
scandalous.
know, fun fact, Melrose Place was supposed to be originally it was written as I Kelly and Brenda were going to move after high school to Melrose
Right.
Place and it was going to be a spinoff, and they just felt like they just didn't. We're like, no, let's have the adults be the adults and still have, even though they're in college, it was supposed to be a
Makes
spinoff for
sense.
them.
Okay.
But
That makes sense. Yes.
and to Tim's point, Melrose Place, that was good. There was some drama. I have not gotten back into Beverly Hills 90210. I want to. It's just
Okay.
it's too white for me. I know
It's
too
too,
much.
yeah.
Back then, it was
Yeah.
a kid. I didn't really understand the thing.
No.
It's too.
Yeah.
I want to so bad because the drama
Mm,
is so good. I love Valerie. Okay.
right. No, but I don't think that's forgivable. So that's more than fair.
And it's
That's more than
also
fair.
long seasons. You're talking about like 30 episodes a
Yeah.
season. They
There's too
were
many.
pushing them out. It's a lot.
Telling you. And it's an hour-long show, right?
Maybe like 45 minutes with the commercials, but yeah.
Okay. Well, but I
All
mean,
right.
from a writing standpoint, yes. Continue. Yes. All right. Was that the
Okay.
last one?
So
Last
now
birthday?
actual birthdays for today. We've got some
Yes.
more. I got like a couple more for you. So actual birthdays today. We're going to comedian Phil Lamar, who just turned 55. Maybe you know him and love him from Mad TV. That's how I remember his face. So that's Phil Lamar. There's his nose. No, don't show that one. No, not one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, there's the answers.
Oh,
Yes, keep with
we
this
got
one.
it.
Keep with this
No,
one.
it's what we
You
needed.
got a
It's what we
sneak
needed.
peek.
Yes.
You got a sneak
Just a
peek.
little
I don't know why this
sneak. Just a
picture is
little
coming in
sneak.
so large.
I love
But
it.
this is Phil Lamar. You can
A quick
Google it.
nose. Just a quick nose. That's all. Yeah.
So Phil Lamar does a lot of voiceover at like a lot. There's our
We got
guy.
it. We nailed it. We nailed it.
Phil Lamar does a lot of voiceover characters. Name one character that he does a voiceover for. There's actually an
Ooh.
image that just showed it.
It's
So
a
if
quick
you
image. A
look
quick image.
in,
And all I saw was The Simpsons. So I'm going to guess a character in The Simpsons.
but you have to name the exact one. So
Okay.
Dave, you're just joining us. We're doing celebrity birthday trivia. Celebrities who had birthdays and trivia about them. This is Phil Lamar, actor, was on Mad TV. Also a huge voiceover actor. Name a character that he does the voiceover for. You just go into your Alexa device or Echo device
Okay.
and you go say Bart
Yeah.
Simpson.
Okay. But there were a bunch of characters. So I'm gonna stray away from The Simpsons and I'm gonna go with he was Ren and Stimpy.
He was both
Eh?
of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah.
answer. That's my
All
answer.
right.
Did I get it right? All right. What do we think? My back channelers, what do we think? Dave, we're so happy to have you here. Right. Everybody else is they're thinking about it. They're mulling it over. Did the voice of Futurama, but I can't remember what the character's name is. That's very helpful, Tim. I mean that genuinely. Okay. I know
We're
there's
in
a
the
robot
ballpark.
in there. Right.
Yep.
So he
Yep.
played the voice of Beep Boop Beep in
Okay.
Futurama.
Voice of Beep Bop Boop.
Yep.
Beep. the robot. And A has also just joined the stream here. We are doing celebrity birthday trivia, celebrities who have birthdays today, and trivia about them. Phil Lamar, actor, voiceover actor as well. Name one character that he voices. So many, and we have just said beep bop boop from Futurama. Let's go now. Nick, thank you so much, Nick. Can we go to the next image of Philomar that has all the animated? These are
Okay,
all
there
the
we go.
characters
That's
that
all the
he's
ones we
voiced.
need.
The one that you were talking about from yes, Tim, you were right. Futurama. Hermes is the character that he voices there that you
Okay,
can see.
gotcha.
He also
Okay.
has Static Shock. He does the voice of in Samurai Jack. Green Lantern. The only the Black Green Lantern, the only one that I need ever in my
Yeah,
life.
thank
John
you.
Stewart.
Thank you so
But
much.
just like
Thank you.
he's got an illustrious career, and also too, like a lot of times, like in things where they need him to, he'll do the voice of like in the Madagascar video game,
Right.
he does the voice of like Chris Rock. So he also does a lot of like Black comedians when they're like, oh, we can't get Eddie Murphy. Can we get Phil Lamar who can do an Eddie Murphy like voice? So
That's
yeah,
amazing. Okay. Well, all
he's got
right.
money.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, that's so wait, so does he do a Simpsons voice?
He does not that I maybe
Well, no, that's more
he
commentary on
might.
me
He
not
might.
knowing
He does.
my
He is on
animated
Family Guy. He
characters.
does Ollie Williams.
That's
He
amazing.
does. Yep. He does the weather. Yep. Absolutely. Tim's on it. We're on the same
Okay.
page, Tim. Wild. Yeah. He
Tim, you
does
are
Ollie
helpful.
Williams. It's gonna rain on Family Guy. That guy. Yeah. He does some of
Perfect.
the
That's exactly
judge.
what we
There's a lot
need.
of characters on there.
Yes.
Harvey
Okay.
Birdman. All kinds of things. So happy
Okay.
birthday to him.
Happy birthday to him. All right. Do we have one more? Or
What?
two
Oh, you
more?
got somewhere to go? We're only on today.
No.
I gotta go.
Okay. No, I want to
What's
hear.
our
I
next
want to
segment?
hear.
We've got time. We've got
Okay.
time.
I
All
believe you.
right.
I believe you.
All
Yes.
right.
Tell me more.
Okay. Let's go to this one then, since Renee's got somewhere to
I
go.
don't have anywhere to go. I'm so sorry. I am just excited to hear more. And there's one that I saw on the list that I'm excited to get to. So I was
Okay.
hoping
All right.
that
We'll
one
get
would
get
come.
there. We'll
Okay.
breeze through these next ones. This is our
Okay.
last segment of the day, pretty much. Here we go. Okay. Let's do actor Matthew Lillard. Let's do that.
Great.
Actor Matthew Lillard. I won't breeze through these ones. Actor Matthew Lillard just turned 52 today. Happy birthday, Matthew Lillard.
Happy birthday, Matthew.
Matthew Lillard was classmates with this Avenger at the Academy of Dramatic Arts. So there's someone who's part of the Avengers, which Renee knows so well.
Okay.
What Avenger did he go to school with?
Yes.
Which one?
Robert Downey Jr. Final answer.
Okay, final answer. Renee's going in.
Confidently.
Dickerson, as you're joining us, we're playing Celebrity Birthday Trivia. Matthew Lillard, he was in Scooby-Doo. He was also in the movie Scream. What Avenger did he go to school with?
All right. Tim says Chris Evans. Aaron says Mark Ruffalo. Both excellent suggestions. I like it. I like it. I like it. What was the name of the school again?
The Academy of Dramatic Arts. Does that help?
Sure.
You're like, oh yes, I remember.
Well, no, because I would think, like, in my head, I was like, well, I wonder if we know where they're from, if one was on the East Coast or if one was on the West Coast. Academy of Dramatic Arts is only in Los Angeles, right? Or is it in both New York and LA? Oh, you were not helping. Okay.
No.
Aaron, I love you. I love you so much, but Tim's name is Tim is always right. So I'm going to go with Chris Evans. Only because of the nickname alone. Okay, I'm ready. Final answer.
Well, it wasn't any of the Chris's. It was actually Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd.
Hey! Oh wait,
Ant-Man.
Okay.
Ant-Man. You love Ant-Man. That's really good.
I do love Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd.
Okay, we're gonna rock through. I have two more that I want to make sure that we get to. All right. Tatiana Ali turned 43 today. Is turning 43 from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Tatiana Ali. People often think that she is related to this 90s girl group member, but she's not. People often think that she's related to this 90s girl group member, but she's not. She's not.
Tatiana Ali. Who else has the last name Ali? You would think
it's not necessarily her name. It's because of who she looks like. She looks like this other woman from a 90s girl group, and everyone assumed that they were related, sisters, cousins, and they're not related at all.
Okay. Girl. Okay, so I don't know.
Girl groups.
No, I know my. Well, yeah, no, no, yeah. So there's TLC, there's Destiny's Child, there's In Vogue. Those are the groups that I loved in the 90s.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. Just
eh,
go off of what
okay.
you know. Go off of what you know.
I guess TLC.
Okay, but who in TLC then would you say?
No, no, I want to change my answer. I'm just gonna go Beyonce. Everybody thinks she's because everybody wants to be related to Beyonce. Everybody
But
wants that.
Destiny's Child didn't hit to the late 90s. So as your
Well, but
friend,
you
I'm
still
gonna
said 90s group.
say
So, okay, go. Wait,
just
did I?
yeah.
Can we play warmer or colder?
No, but
Oh,
I'm just kind of like say don't go with Beyonce. Go with
don't
something
go with
you
Beyonce.
maybe go with something else that like is more to your gut. Your first instinct, you're like, oh TLC. I don't know.
Okay, okay. So TLC, and then which one? Aaron, Tim, Dave.
They're
Which
leaving
one?
you out for dry for
They
this
are.
one.
They are leaving me out for dry. I'm gonna go all
You're
of them. They think this
okay.
person is so wrong that they think every member in TLC is related, and they think that she's also part of it. That's what I
So
think.
you're saying the world because it's people, not just one person was not just
Yeah,
interviewed or
the whole world.
survey.
The whole world. Oh, you're on your own, Renee. Thanks, Tim. With a
Yep,
smiley face. So he did give me a smiley face.
You're on
I
your own,
appreciate it.
Renee. Smiley
Okay.
face. Renee, I wish you just would. You were there. TLC. I
Yeah.
can't give it to
Yeah.
you. Chili,
Okay.
Chili from
Chelsea
TLC.
from
People often
TLC.
thought that she
Do you have a
was
side by side of them? Do
related.
they? You think they
I don't
look
have a
alike?
side by
Do you?
side. You'll have
Okay.
absolutely. I was in this camp. I was in this
Yeah.
camp. Maybe I was the person that
Okay.
they interviewed. She also said in an interview that she cries 3 times a day as a workout and secretly loves one night stands. She's like married and has a kid now. So in
Sure.
2013, she said crying it really targets the core and it's a great way to reduce bloating.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. I'll take it.
Okay.
That's very
I
funny.
have to
Yeah.
get these two more.
Yes,
Okay.
you do. I
This
require
next
it.
one, David Diggs just
Yes.
turned 40. David Diggs just turned 40. Do we have a photo of David?
We love
Uh,
David. We
and my
love
question
David.
is,
Ugh,
David blew up on this Broadway show. What was the Broadway show that he really blew up on? Look
bless
at Renee,
you.
she's already so
Bless you.
confident.
Thank
She
you,
stop
Hamilton. Thank
talking so I
you.
can
Thank
answer
you.
it.
Thank you, Hamilton. Thank you for giving me one that I know, that I love. Is there a
Aaron
better?
got it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah.
Hamilton.
Here's the thing.
Hamilton.
So
Yes.
David Diggs. So when I was in New York,
Yeah.
people would confuse me for him
I can
a
see
lot.
that.
And in fact, when he was blowing up on TV and he was constantly playing roles, and I'm like, oh, that's a role that I would play. Like he plays
Yeah.
Rainbow's brother on Blackish.
Yeah.
He was on Kimmy Schmidt. Like all of these roles, I was like, this is the exact role and part that
Yeah.
I would have. Irate, goofy,
Yeah.
erratic, funny, smiley, handsome black man.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And to the point,
Yeah.
one time when I went to go vote,
Yeah.
and the woman who was working the polls was so starstruck by me. And she he's also in Snowpiercer as
Mhm.
well. Yes, he's in the lead of
Mhm.
Snowpiercer. This woman who she was so starstruck and she was like, oh, I saw you in a show. And I was thought maybe she had seen something that I had done. Like I was doing a little like show here and there.
Right.
And then she was like, "Oh, can I get your picture? My boyfriend will not believe." And then she had mentioned something
Oh.
about like, "Oh, you were so great in Shakespeare in the Park." And I was like, "This is not me." She's
Definitely
talking
think I'm
about.
somebody else.
Still took the picture anyways.
Yeah.
Still
Do you
took the
let her have
picture with
it?
her
You just gotta
anyways.
let her have it.
And
What I think is so funny about that is you were was she the one running the voting booth? Could she see your
Mhm.
name?
Yeah, I don't know if she's I think I was
That's
just
very
handing in
funny.
my ballot to her, so I don't think she had seen that part. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Turns
very,
40.
very funny.
People at my
Wait,
coffee shop
you
were like, "Oh, you're so good," and like I saw you on TV, and it took
Yeah,
me a while to realize they were not talking about me.
that's so funny. Do you think you look like him?
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see where
A little
people
bit?
somewhat. I don't know. It's just
I
sometimes,
think
but I
that
also have gotten like Chris Rock. Sometimes I think white people in particular just like, "Oh
yeah,
yeah,
no,
like you look like
we're
that
the
black
worst.
guy." And I'm like,
We're the worst.
okay,
But I think a way to tell if you actually do look like that person is when photos come up of him, do you do a second take? You're like, "I don't remember taking that." Do you
yeah,
get tricked by
exactly.
it? No.
I used to get
Okay.
Wayne Brady all the time, like so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Like I used to get Wayne Brady all the time. Okay, I have to get to our
Okay,
last
yes.
one.
Okay, go for it. Go for it. Yes.
Actor Misha Barton from the OC turned 36.
Happy birthday. Okay, last one.
What's so I think we have the picture in case you forgot what she looks like. So you got her then and now. Misha Barton turning 36. was on the OC. What song does Misha Barton's character shoot Trey to that it was famously parodied on SNL?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know.
Are we going too
Tim,
obscure?
Aaron, Tony, help me out.
It was
What?
it was parodied so much. It was parodied so much. We do have, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and play the clip for the sake of
Okay,
time.
please do.
Let's go ahead and play the clip. I think look, I'm getting technical on you. Nick,
Excuse
do we have the
me.
video clip?
Take
Let's
a
see
little
if
look
we'll-
at the video. Boop. Okay, all right, maybe. Well, and you know what I think
Oh,
Nick is doing.
1 second from producer Nick.
Okay.
1 second. It's giving people time to
What I
to-
think
to-
Nick is
what?
doing is
Mhm.
just like, Renee, actually try
yeah.
before you watch this
Yeah.
clip.
Yeah.
I will do
It
no
was
such thing.
there's a great SNL clip that parodies it because it was such a ridiculous moment, such a ridiculous song. And hopefully we'll be able to pull it up here. We're at the end of the show.
Take a little look. Okay.
We're on
That's a
pins and needles.
lot of successful people that had their birthday this weekend.
Well, and that we cut the list down. Okay, so we're gonna combine segments. We'll make
what you say. That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say. That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say. That it's just what we need. You decided this. What you say. What did she say? You don't care a bit, you don't care, you don't care. You don't care a bit. 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 You don't care a bit.
All right. Well, there you go. Aaron said it great. What on earth am I looking at? Isn't that ridiculous? So the song is "Hide and Seek" by Imogen Heap.
Ridiculous.
Does
Oh
not
my
fit
God,
the
that's
moment
so funny.
at all.
No.
Please, your homework assignment
Oh,
is
so funny.
Google SNL
SNL.
OC spoof or hide and
That
seek.
is hilarious.
It's hilarious the way that they do it. They keep playing, like the people
So
keep getting
funny.
shot, keep playing the song. So
Love it.
it's so good. So
I'm dying.
well,
That's
there
hilarious. Yes, we did it.
there we
made
are.
it.
Celebrity birthdays took us to the end of the show. Can you believe it? Can you
I
believe
sure
it?
cannot. I sure cannot.
here.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited to be back tomorrow. Do you think, just super quick, do we have any quick Monday motivation? We'd love to live out on a high note. Just a quick advice.
Quick
Yes, what do you got?
Monday motivation. Yes, absolutely. Renee, hit us first. Give us that Monday motivation.
Yeah, well, no, listen, great things never came from comfort zones. So if you're just like, I don't want to, I'm comfy here. Well, nothing great's going to happen. Got to get out of your comfort zone. Go pursue what you want. Go for it.
Mine is be the acorn, as in the acorn just grows and allows itself to grow. It doesn't compare itself to other trees. Be the acorn. Same thing, Renee, with your house comparison. Trees don't compare themselves to other trees. Just be the acorn. You're gonna grow. The acorn doesn't say, "Oh, I've got to be a big tree." It just naturally happens. So let yourself naturally grow. And Tim, shout out to you and Aaron as well. Thank you so much for participating to today. Jay from California, welcome. Stick around. There's more shows coming on up right after us. I also, Tim, don't know how that did not win an Emmy, that little clip there. We're going to be back tomorrow. Treat Yourself Tuesday. So much coming up tomorrow. Leave a review for us at www.backchannel.tv. And thanks for watching. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colvert. And you just
got on up. What you say?